I spent days on end watching thousands of ads to find 100 offers that you could steal and get clients with today. These are offers that are easy to duplicate, so you can easily take this and start getting clients with these offers. A lot of them are AI offers or marketing offers. I'm just going to show you exactly what I mean, okay? There's also some patterns that you're going to recognize here. We're just going to start from the top. I'm going to show you what I'm doing, go through all 100 of these. And the reason I'm doing this is because I watched a video a long time ago. I would watch videos on YouTube, and it would be like, when I was 14 years old, it was like, hey, here's how this guy started a pressure washing business, or here's how this guy was able to create phone cases and how he made $1 million as a 16-year-old, whatever. And so I'd watch those a lot, and it inspired me a lot of like, maybe I should do that, or maybe I should try that, or it just gave me a lot of different ideas. And so I'd watch those all the time. So I wanted to kind of recreate that experience of here's a whole bunch of different offers that are working, and you can copy these offers and do them yourself. And I'm going to show you exactly what they are doing, how to fulfill as well. So like if you don't know, let's say they're running Facebook ads, here's how to actually run those Facebook ads, or like what you could do to figure that out. And so we're just going to start from the top. And this guy in the corner here, I'm going to show why he's here in a second. But also, everything is about offer and niche. So when I started an agency, I was like, let me try the pest control industry. I don't know anything about the pest control industry. I just did a ton of research, calling a whole bunch of pest control companies, and a lot of them said they want more bed bug heat treatments. So I started my offer. I'll help pest control companies get more bed bug heat treatments. I thought it was going to perform really well, and I got a lot of people interested, but I realized they don't have money. So the niche was just bad, and so I want to copy that niche. And then I changed the niche to, it was about the same thing. The offer was like, I'll help you get 10 roofing jobs. I switched to roofing companies. And then I was able to get clients like that. It was a lot easier to get clients. I got clients within the first week of targeting roofing companies, and I made a lot more money versus the whole first 2 months. I tried targeting pest control companies and only got one client, and he wanted a refund. And so just changing the niche can do a huge volume for you. Changing the offer can change everything for you. Like, people tell a story of Domino's, how they changed it from, just a normal pizza place to we'll deliver in 30 minutes or it's free, and then the business explodes because of just an offer. So if you just change those things. And so I'm just trying to show you these offers and these niches that are already successful so that you can copy those. Okay, that's why I'm doing this. Cool. A lot of people say you want to find one thing and you want to stick to it for at least 6 months. That is terrible advice, because if it's not working within a week or within the first day, usually if it's really hard in the beginning, it's only going to get harder. If it's easy in the beginning, it'll probably get harder, but at least it's easy. So here's what I did. I went through Facebook and Instagram, and I just went through all the ads that came up on my feed. Any ad that I saw, I would just go to the Facebook ad library, and I would look for them on the ad library and see how many ads they're running. If they have winners, go through their funnel, stuff like that. Not on all of these I went through their funnel, but a lot of them I went through the funnel, try to see what they're actually selling and how they're positioning it, and then how much they're selling it for, all that jazz. So I'm going to try to explain everything within this video. And also, now, it's not like number 100 is the best one. It's not like that. A lot of these are really good. Number 1, number 5, number 10, number 25, number 26, number 28, etc. A lot of them are really, really good. And some of them I wouldn't copy just because I want it, but most of these I would copy. Like, I would if I was starting over again, I would do these myself, okay? And so there's a lot of these in here, like throughout, that I'm going to kind of give you examples on. These dogs are barking. All right, we're just going to start at number 1, Facebook group marketing strategy. So he has this ad. I'm just going to refresh so that this ad will start playing, and we'll listen to it together. If I can get it to play.
Facebook ads are dead. Here at Ride the Wave, we have found the untapped gold mine of marketing. And it's not Facebook ads, it's Facebook groups. And our Facebook group marketing strategy has helped some of our clients.
Okay, this is really good because I've heard of people offer this before. And he's targeting home service businesses, book call, Ride That Wave. All right, cool. So I don't really know exactly how he's selling it, or if it's like a pay on performance or just like a monthly retainer. But all they're doing, and I've heard other people do this before, where instead of running Facebook ads, they just go into local groups. So the local groups are, let's say you're in Miami, Florida. It's like Miami Mom Connect group, or Miami Car Lover group, or Miami Garage Sales, Miami Buy Sell Trade. All those just local groups, and then they just post into those groups and say, hey, we're in the area we're doing landscaping work, we're doing roofing work. If anybody wants a quote, let us know. People in the comments say, yes, I'm interested, blah, blah, blah. They go out throughout those comments and try to book appointments. This guy's positioning it as if it's 10 times better. I don't know that it'd be 10 times better, because it's probably really unpredictable. I've been in Facebook groups in my local area where they're very active, but they also just delete you if they see any self-promotion. And then there's other groups where there's a lot of people and it's really active, but it's just a whole bunch of people doing that same style of thing. They're just posting, hey, I do catering. Hey, I do cleaning. Is anybody interested in cleaning service? And it's just a whole bunch of posts like that, and nobody is engaging in those posts. So I don't really know that it would be 10 times better. And I think the fulfillment's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be as scalable, but obviously he's got 58 ads running. And so obviously it's probably working for him. And the way you just go to Facebook ad library and you can see all their ads. And I put their name in there. Most of them have a name in there so that you can go and look up themselves in the Facebook ad library. So you just go to Facebook ad library and it will, you can just look up all ads in the ad library right here. Just click, we can see how many ads he's running. 220 ads. Holy guacamole. Roofers, painters, landscapers. Here's the fastest way to become a contractor in your city. And so you can see all the different offers they're running. And some of these, I went through all the ads and I just try to see if they're targeting anybody else. So this next one is also a really good offer. It's for a whole bunch of different contractors. So it's JF Acquisitions, and they're doing window contractors, bath contractors, and siding contractors. Now the ad I saw was for siding contractors. I think they're running more ads for the siding thing. And this is on Facebook, so I don't have an Instagram reel, just on Facebook. And it just says window contractors over 1 million. And so they're running 48 ads. And the offer is we'll pay for your ads, qualify your leads, and help you book buyers onto your calendar. And you only pay us per qualified lead generated. No ad spend, no monthly retainer, no setup fee. A whole bunch of people. It's so annoying. I mean, I'm flattered because everybody copies me. And I kind of copied it from somebody else, but it was slightly different. But I know a whole bunch of people are copying me because if you look at it says get 120 appointments a month on autopilot, no retainer, no setter, no paid ads, right? And then a whole bunch of people just start ripping that from me. And as you can see, and I put this in here like 4 years ago, okay? This is a long time ago that this offer has been in here. So a lot of people rip that and they say no ad spend, no monthly retainer, no setup fee. And so it's kind of funny. But the fulfillment is Facebook ads, usually with these. Now, this guy, this is number 2 through 5 because they're targeting these different industries. On top of all these, they're also doing roofing. And what they're doing is a pay per qualified lead. Now, here is another ad that they were running. Only $110 per exclusive James Hardy lead. I don't even know what that means. But for all those contractors, and they're specifically trying to target roofing contractors over $1 million. Now, it's $110 per qualified lead. What I do is I'll do a 1 day free trial, and then you pay $50, $75, $120, whatever, per qualified lead. And that's just what I do. But what a lot of people do is they say it's $100 per qualified. You only pay per qualified. But what they do is they try to get you to buy a lead package where you pay up front. So it's, let's say, $175 if you want to do pay afterwards. Or you can do $110 if you just pay for $100 up front. Or sorry, $10 up front. So it's $1,100. And we'll get you 10 leads over the course of the next week. And then let's say your cost per lead on Facebook ads is $25. And so you're selling that for $110. So you're making a hefty profit margin off of that. And you're only selling it as cost per qualified, but you're still getting paid up front for all that, but you can say, hey, you don't have to pay per qualified. You can pay afterwards, but it's going to be $175 per qualified versus only $110 if you just pay up front for all of them. And so that's kind of the workaround. So I've got some friends that do that, and they do really well. But I just do pay afterwards, because what I've also noticed is my friends that do that, now they can make more money. Honestly, they do make more money, but they also have issues where someone will just say, oh, these weren't qualified, and they have to fill them with more leads. Or they just get a chargeback because they're like, oh, I don't think any of these leads are qualified, and then they get a chargeback on their card. I've never had that issue. Cool, that's number 2 through 5. Next one is advertise on TV. Okay, here's actually a cool one. With number 1 and number 6, what's different about these is that a lot of people, they want the end result. I want more Facebook leads. I want more appointments on my calendar. That's what they want. The end result is more appointments on their calendar. But sometimes they just don't want the vehicle that they've used in the past because someone has burnt them with that vehicle. So for example, a literal vehicle, if you have I've rode a horse before, and sometimes the horse just wants to go off the trail, and for some, there's 30 horses and we're all doing it together. But my horse just wants to be difficult and go off the trail and give me a little, I don't know, maybe I just wasn't dominant on the horse enough or whatever that means. And so I don't like the vehicle of a horse. I'd rather just take a car. And so some people don't like the experience of using Facebook ads. And so what this guy does is he says, stop running Facebook ads. Here's a different vehicle. It's the same end result. We're still going to get from point A to point B as we would with a horse, but now we're going to do it with a car. It's much faster. It's 10 times faster. It's blah, 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 right? Now there's all those problems with the car that they're not going to tell you. Just like there's a whole bunch of problems with probably running doing it through Facebook groups other than doing it through Facebook ads is probably not as scalable. It's not, obviously it's a cheaper cost per lead maybe because you don't have to really pay to post in there, but it's not as consistent, but it's a different vehicle. And so sometimes people just want that different vehicle. So number 6 is advertise on TV. So it's Minton, whatever. They're running 46 ads. It's just advertise on TV. The fulfillment is just this new platform that you can use to advertise on TV. Now, you probably can't copy them because they're the actual platform. They are the TV platform. But what you could do, and what some people do, is like, it's just like what Facebook ads is you could go run Facebook ads yourself, or I can run them for you, and because I'm a professional at it, and blah, blah, blah. And so you can say, I can run TV ads for you, and these actually convert better because of blah, 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 all these reasons. And a lot of people, you wouldn't think it, but 96% of blah, blah, blah is from sports, and people watch sports a lot more than they are on Facebook, and they're paying more attention when they're watching sports, and you're more likely to get a higher conversion and whatever, And so we're using this different vehicle, which is running ads on sports programs to get people interested in your service, which the end result is just more appointments, versus running the Facebook groups, versus running the Facebook ads or whatever, right? Scale your agency SMMA to 10K to 100K a month. Now, I see a lot of posts like this guy right here, right? That we're watching still. He is saying, hey, you can run Facebook groups rather than doing Facebook ads, and it's going to perform better for you. The problem is we don't want to look at what they say, but what they're actually doing. Don't look at what they're telling you to do, but what are they selling? And so what this guy is selling, and I've seen several ads of this guy, and he also, I think he works with Instantly. I think I've seen him in some like Instantly ads or on YouTube or something like that. But and I forgot to write down how many ads currently he's running. I think it's a lot. But he said agency owners doing 10 to 50K a month will install our $5 million agency scaling system inside your agency in just 7 days, risk-free. Oh yeah, sorry, he's running over 100 ads. And the fulfillment is just running cold email or cold outreach systems for them. So instead, this is where I started. I started with my own agency. I tried to get clients. I work with the roofing companies, and pest control companies just didn't work out. Then I went to roofing and then solar, and that was working really well. But then I didn't really know how to fulfill. I didn't know how to do Facebook ads for them. I didn't know that you could do pay per appointments, whatever. And so eventually people would just churn. So I would do a monthly retainer. I would get a lot of clients, but then they would churn the next month because they weren't paying on results, and they weren't getting that good results because I didn't really know what I was doing. But I was good at getting clients in the door. I was good at getting appointments. So this guy's kind of doing the same thing where he says, instead of him trying to grow his agency, he says, I'll help you grow your agency because I'm good at getting clients. And so I saw a post of someone saying something like this where we'll help you get appointments in the door. I said, well, I'm kind of good at that. So I copied that offer and I started doing that offer, which is I started helping people scale their agency. Because I couldn't even scale my own agency, not because I couldn't get clients, because I could easily get clients. I just didn't know how to fulfill. And so he's kind of selling the same thing. So don't do what I say to do what I do, which he's not. He's telling you, hey, how about you scale your agency? Instead of trying to scale your agency, you could help other people scale their agency by just getting them more appointments. And that's a lot easier because then you don't have to worry about the headache of trying to fulfill for a client. You're just getting appointments for them. That's usually a little easier. Anyways, so that's one offer you can try. And this is the same guy, scale your video production company. Now this one's a little different because instead of the fulfillment here is just, he shows you how to run cold email. And if you don't know how to do that, I've got plenty of videos on how to do cold email, SMS, LinkedIn, whatever, cold calling. And so you can watch those videos. And so that fulfillment's really easy. But this one, the fulfillment is 8 AI employees. So I'm guessing they just created some systems. And he says it gets clients for you, does payroll, communicates with the clients to fulfill for them, and creates a brief for your editing team, tracks revisions, get client sign off, build reports for clients, whatever. So all those things that they are doing as a part of the AI employees that we're going to implement for you. And so he's running a lot of ads on this. I don't really recommend selling AI employees because it is pretty hard to sell. But the way that he's selling it is not, he's not selling the AI employees, but he's selling the end result, which is 10K to 100K a month. And the vehicle is the AI employees. Just like this one, the vehicle is running cold email. This one, the vehicle is the idea of running ads on TV. And this one is marketing on Facebook groups, right? So his vehicle is 8 AI employees. So if you're trying to sell AI employees, you could sell it as this instead of, we'll help you implement AI employees, but we're going to get you to 100K a month using this vehicle. And a lot of times I read this book. It was Robert Collier, The Letter Book. I think it's just called The Letter Book. And he has a whole bunch of different copywriting letters that he wrote. This was in, I think, the 40s or 50s after the war, or during and after the war. And he talks about in the book, it's not about the thing that you're selling, but the idea behind the thing. And so he gives a whole bunch of examples, which are really good. But for example, he has, let's say, encyclopedias he's trying to sell, and he's sending out letters to people trying to sell encyclopedias. And they're sending out thousands or millions of letters. And instead of saying, we have these encyclopedias, do you want to buy them? Or they have like a whole bookshelf of like a whole bunch of different topics. And so that before there were podcasts and you had your wife and you have nothing to talk about because you guys already talked about everything, you could get this bookshelf, and the bookshelf has all these different topics. So then you guys could read it together or read it separately, and then now you know something that she doesn't know, or she knows something that you don't know, and then you can relate that back to some experience you had, and now you have something to talk about. So it was a weird time, but that's just what they were selling. And so we're selling all these books. And at first it was easy to sell those books, but then it got hard. And so the letters just weren't performing. They weren't selling as many books. So then they changed it to, these books were made before the war and prices have gone up significantly after the war. And so if you want the high quality books from before the war, while the price is still at its at right now, then you can buy them now. And then the amount of sales goes up dramatically just from saying it's not even the books themselves. We're not even selling the books. It's the idea behind the books, which is they were made before the war. And then they did, hey, we got all these books. And a lot of times what they did was they offered, hey, we'll give it to you for a week for free, and then we'll start charging you. And so you can let them sit on your book, on your shelf. And if you don't like them, just return them and we'll take them from you, right? And so they would get a lot of returns from people that just didn't want the books. And so then they had all these returns and they said, hey, we have all these books and they've been returned, but we know they're still really good quality. Now, some of them, the boxes might be ripped up, but the books still work just the same and they're still good. So if you're okay with, not having the prettiest shelf of books, a used set of books, we're going to give it to you at this discount. Again, the same book, but the idea is different. So the vehicle kind of, it's the same thing. We're getting you the same end result, but the idea behind the thing is different. And then they started selling so many books because of their returned, and you're getting a really good discount because they're returned books. They had to start like taking brand new books and like just kicking them and ripping them up so that it looked like they were actually used up. And I've heard other companies like use this strategy. For example, there was a mattress company that started using this where they said, oh, we can't sell these beds as brand new, even though they are brand new, but the label was printed on backwards or something stupid like that. It's completely fake, right? And so now we can sell them at a 30% discount because we're not allowed to sell them brand new, right? And so people come in and it's not even the mattress itself, it's the idea behind the mattress, which the label's printed on backwards. And I think the first batch that was maybe real, but then all the other ones, they just cut it off and then sewed it back on backwards. And just to keep up with the idea behind it, right? Cool. All right. SEO agency pay per appointment. So this is the first one that's more B2B pay per appointment. So we saw a whole bunch of B2C options where you pay $110 per qualified appointment. This guy's just doing the same thing, except he's doing it for SEO agencies. And we'll grow 10 high ticket clients on your high ticket offer within 90 days, or you don't pay. It's a little weird, but he's just doing cold outreach plus an appointment setter. In the video, he says we're going to hire a commission only appointment setter, but then it doesn't sound like, this one doesn't have a video, of course. I forgot to copy the link. It doesn't sound like he was saying it was a commission offer, but it's like a pay per appointment offer, but he also said it's commission setter. So I'm not sure why he said that, but it is really specific. I don't know if that works in his favor because he's only targeting SEO agencies. A lot of these other ones are either just grow your agency, or this guy obviously growing your video production agency. And I've seen a ton of ads for video production agencies. I don't know why that one is so popular right now, but this is just another one. He's only running 2 ads. These other guys are running hundreds of ads. So take that with what you will. I don't know. All right. This guy's running a ton of ads. It's 300 appointments for AI automation agency. So he's kind of riding the wave of a whole bunch of people are trying to start an AI agency, and he's saying, we'll help you scale your agency by running AI automation. We have a whole bunch of really low budget ads. You can only spend, let's say, $10 a day. They're AI ads that you can recreate over and over again, and it gets me 300 to 500 qualified appointments per day. I don't believe that at all, but obviously it's working for him because he's running 170 ads, and they're all about the same offer. So this AI will get you clients, this AI, whatever, right? And I've made videos about that before, and it was real, and I've showed some of my AI bots that do get me clients. And a lot of them, like a lot of the ad itself is just him going through testimonials. Lauren did 250K in 1 week or blah, 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 whatever. And this guy did 10K cash collected per day. And so that's, a lot of it's try it for, and the offer also says $0 down when signing up. But when I was signing up, it was asking for my credit score. So I'm guessing what the $0 down means. So you put that in the script itself here, or the copy itself, that it's $0 down, right? You can install these same meta ads that we're running for $0 down. Click the link and blah, 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 right? So by that, it's probably like we'll put you on this financing program where you put $0 down and you pay, it's like a $10,000 package and you pay so much per month, right? Which I think that's a little scammy-ish, but to each their own. If you're actually providing results, that's cool, right? So when I was booking I started trying to book a call to see what the funnel was like, and that's what it said. It was like, what's your credit score? Because we want to make sure that you can afford this, and that's basically it. All right, 11. Get clients from ads or you don't pay. Cole Gordon. Now he's running 410 ads and they're all around a couple different offers. I'm going to show you some of his other ones that he's running too. Now a lot of these initial ones, like the first 20 a lot of them are from Facebook. And then I'm going to show you a lot of them that are from Instagram. I'm about probably have to go to the bathroom pretty soon and this video is going to be really long because we're only on number 11. All right. Get clients from ads. You need more sales calls? Give us 30 days and we'll build you a paid ad acquisition funnel specific for your offer, and if it doesn't perform, we give you a full refund. Okay, here's what I don't like. We'll give you a full refund usually, and I'm sure he knows this, but if it implies we have to pay anything up front, they're way less likely to click. And so if I say we'll work on performance, which he has some ads, which I'll show you in a minute, of we'll work on performance or pay per lead, or if it doesn't work, you don't pay, that works a little better than we'll give you a full refund, because that means I have to pay you up front, and then if it doesn't work, whatever that means, you're going to give a refund. And so it feels like there's more risk to me. And I don't know if I trust that. You have to know, like, and trust them. So the fulfillment is they give you 5-step system right there. Rework your message, create a new offer, just build a simple SMS email campaign. So like all this in here, right? It says rework your offer, set up your funnel, an SMS system, write the ads for you, set up all the campaigns, launch the ads and optimize it. And so instead of selling it, and this works really well, I've sold this several times too, of let me just give you a system. So instead of doing the cold outreach for you, you pay me per appointment or you pay me a retainer. How about I just give you the entire system and then you do it yourself? And that actually works really well as well. Cool. All right. Notes. Yeah, like I said, I don't really like the guarantee here where it's just we'll give you a full refund. I like that if it doesn't work, you pay on results, or if it doesn't work, you don't pay, right? That works a little better. Number 12. Okay, hopefully this one has a video that we can watch. All right, cool. Boom. Boom. Turn on.
AI agencies, on average, I close 2 to 3 high-ticket clients per day.
2 to 3 high-ticket clients per day.
And every single client comes to me begging to be a client of mine, even though I don't have a personal brand.
They come to me
or do cold emails. So if you run
there we go. I don't do blah 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 without this, without that.
Exactly what I'll do for you. For $0 down, I will implement our entire AI acquisition system completely for you. That will fill yours or your closers' calendars with 6 to 8 qualified sales calls per day. And
6 to 8 qualified. Okay. I think I wrote down the wrong one here, Leadscape Digital. Now this says jake.info. This is the exact same offer as the one we just saw, which is this guy, Kai Bax. So this is just another angle that he's running where no cold email, just like I showed you on my thing, which is like no retainer, no setters, no paid ads. A lot of it's just saying what you want to point out is the pain. So I don't like hiring appointment setters. I don't like paid ads. I don't like whatever. And so what he's saying is if you don't like running cold emails, no cold email, no having to create content yourself, whatever. You just run these AI ads and we'll set it up for you. $0 down. Again, same thing. You put some $10,000 package on a payment plan and you don't have to pay it down, right? And that's why they're asking for your credit score up front. You don't need to pay till after you see results. I'm guessing that this is a test to a high ticket offer. I do that. Okay, yeah. So he says you don't have to pay until you see results. What I've seen a couple people offer this, and I'll show some of the offers in here as well. But what I do sometimes is, let's say I'm trying to sell you, here's a cold email system for $3,000 to set it up for your business, right? And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll say, hey, I'll test it for you for free. So I'm going to test doing outreach for you, or I'm going to get you some appointments, not appointments coming in the door, but I'm just going to test it to see if I get any positive replies. So for example, a guy the other day, he has an e-commerce brand, and he bought from me. He's a client of mine now, but he had an e-commerce brand where he is selling some sort of, I don't know if it's called skid steers or just like attachments to different heavy machinery equipment. I don't know, some random, right? But a lot of concrete companies use these, a lot of tree service companies use these, whatever. And so he has just an e-commerce website where you can go and buy these things. And so he wanted to see if this outreach would work for that. And I honestly just didn't know. I'm like, I have really no clue if this is going to work, but I'll test it for you for free and I'll see if I get any positive replies. And if I do, then it probably works and then you can pay from there. So you go with, hey, you can buy this whole package, this whole thing, but we'll test it for free first. And you don't pay unless you start seeing results. Now, I don't actually send you appointments or try to get you a closed deal before you pay me. I just test it, and if I get positive replies, I just show you some screenshots like, hey, it looks like it's working. I think it's worth it. Now, if it doesn't work, I say, hey, look, I only got one positive reply out of 300 messages. I don't think this is going to work. Obviously, you get positive replies, but with that many messages, it's going to be hard to scale this long term, whatever, So I'll be truthful with it, but it sounds like that's maybe what they're doing is $0 down, but we'll put you on a credit card thing, and also we're going to test it maybe for you for a day just to show you that we're getting results, and then you pay afterwards. I don't know. Cool. Pool builders, 60 qualified leads. Premium pool marketing, 16 ads. They're offering 60 qualified leads, in-home estimates in 90 days, exclusive, financially aware, ready to buy, or ready to build, homeowners who are ready for pool costs, or you don't pay, and we work for free. I don't know. Who already know what a pool costs. Okay, so they already know what a pool costs, or you don't pay, and we work for free. Okay, I also don't like these offers of that we will work for free, because all that means is that I have to pay up front, and then if it doesn't work, you're just going to keep working for me until it works. All that means is that like you might not know what you're doing. So I don't like that. Now, maybe somebody that's not as aware as I am, they like that offer, will work for free, but really what that means is that you pay up front, and then if it doesn't work within the first month, we're just going to work for you for another month, and at any point they could just give up. But the fulfillment, it sounds like Facebook ads, no retainer, so pay per lead. That's kind of what it sounds like. Now they say launch campaigns, so again, that's what it sounds like with it's Facebook ads. I was watching some other testimonials. Note, not running a ton of ads, but they have real testimonials, so it looks like they're actually getting clients that work. So they're only running 16 ads, but they do have a good amount of testimonials on the page that are real. And there's a whole bunch of AI testimonials now, which is kind of funny. All right, number 14, same industry, so pool builders. So it looks like pool builders could be a good industry to target, but this one's just database reactivation. So We Market Trades are running 3 ads. We'll build you a system for you, and we've built systems for you. I don't know why it says that. We built systems for you. But I don't know. We generate a whole bunch of appointments, and the best part, you only pay after the deal is closed. Okay, so database reactivation, we'll take your current database and just send out text messages and emails to them. You only pay afterwards because it's really cheap to run that database reactivation, and it gets a crazy good results. Fulfillment, again, it sounds like database reactivation, pay on commission, which is usually a really good offer, but a lot of times it's hard because the people don't really have a database to use. And a lot of people that are interested in this offer don't have a database. So what I do now is I just do database reactivation, except I reach out to everybody in your zip code rather than using people that are currently in your database. Now, the database reactivation does work. I've worked with Massage Ball, and I helped them do database reactivation where they have a list of 30,000. I only did 500 SMS to that list. Like people that booked within the last 3 months, there was like 500 contacts, and we got like 75 appointments within that one day of testing. 75 out of 500 contacts, which is crazy to get them to rebook. And you can do that consistently, right? Now, the problem is, again, a lot of med spas or whatever, they don't have a list, or the ones that do, they might already be doing this, whatever. So it's a little harder to sell, but it's an offer. All right. And they're also targeting pool builders. So you can copy that. Set up a cold email system. Okay. So this is kind of like Cole Gordon, what he's doing, which is we'll set up a system to get clients coming in the door for your offer, whether it be for an agency or a B2C company, whatever. This is about the same thing, but you pay me once and we'll set up a system to get appointments on commission. So this guy also has an ad that we can watch.
Build you an outbound system that can send hundreds
I'll build you an outbound system
without landing in spam and without pissing off your prospects. Let me show you how that works. Pay me once, and
Pay
over
me
the
once.
next 90 days, I will set up and manage a system that allows you to put your offer in front of every single decision maker in your market without landing in spam. We purchase
Without landing in spam. Okay, so that's
to be able to send millions of emails a month. We
he's
built the
trying to
largest
poke
list
on
we
that as
possibly
if
can for your
it's
business,
the
filled with
problem.
your ICP. We craft campaign strategies, again, custom to your business, based on the data we're seeing from hundreds.
So this
of
is like a
active
4-hour
campaigns.
campaign built out.
We manage the inbox.
And I don't know how much he's charging, but again, this is something that I sold several times. I've sold this, I think, 749 times. I was counting the other day of all the clients I sold on that offer. And it's just, I'll build out a system. Now, what I sold was like, instead of just cold email, I do cold email, SMS, LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever I think would work for you. So on our initial call, I give you some recommendations. Hey, I would do this, this, and that, and the other. If you want me to build that out for you, we can test it for free. And then we can go from there, right? So he's running the exact same offer, same thing as I am, except what I don't like is that obviously this is a decent offer. I've sold it several times. I say no retainer, no setter, no paid ads. But what he is saying is like without landing in spam. So he's pointing at that as if that is the pain point that they're having. But if they're not running cold email, they don't even know that to be the pain point. So anyways, all right. Build an in-house lead generation system. So this is, again, very similar to the Cole Gordon thing. This guy's running 15 ads, but he's doing this to residential contractors. Give me 7 days and we will build your own in-house lead generation system. This fulfillment is just setting up Facebook ad system for you to get clients coming in, and they have a school group. And so the notes is, the ad says it's so easy, your grandma could do it, probably a one-time fee, and then you can pay for long-term coaching. And so we can kind of notice a pattern here where we have people offering, hey, here's this one-time thing, we can set it up for you, and they're doing that in different industries. Or we're going to do the other one here is obviously like a one-time course thing. We'll give you the ads, right? This guy is the same example. Or it's a pay per lead. You pay per qualified lead that comes in, right? So not a lot of people are leaning towards the retainer model. Like almost nobody, none of these ads are retainer. There's a few, but most of them are not retainer at all. So build in-house system. Okay, we went over that. Guaranteed 30 new patients. So this one I think is a retainer, but they're trying to position it as guaranteed 30 patients. AI-powered digital marketing system, or predictable. We guarantee 30 patients and 100 or with 100% money back promise for the first 30 days of advertising. Doing Facebook ads to a live event. So that's what it sounded like. I watched one of their testimonials, and they're trying to get people over to a live event, and then that live event, you're closing people there. So this guy, he spent $2,000 on ads, or I think he said $2,000 on ads, and then he got $32,000. So he said the next time we're going to spend $3,000 on ads and try to get as many people to our live event, and it was producing a lot of money for us, and blah, blah, blah. So obviously it's working for them. They have good testimonials. Now the offer is working for them too, but again, I think it would work better if you just said pay per qualified. But they're saying 100% money back guarantee, which I don't like, because it's kind of like the Cole Gordon where you say, if it doesn't perform, we'll give you a full refund. It implies, okay, now I have to pay up front, and then I'm kind of scared too, you know. This one, I don't see a ton of these, and I don't recommend it a ton either, but it does look like this offer is working for him because he's running 150 ads, but he's guaranteeing 10 million to, I think he's actually saying we're guaranteeing 100 million views in 1 year. Now, that's pretty good because, well, it sounds good, but you're just spanning it out over the course of the next year. So if I say I'll get you 20 clients in 6 months, that sounds good because it sounds like 20 clients, but that's 6 months. If I say 5 clients in 2 weeks, it doesn't sound as good as 20 clients in 6 months, even though it is better than that, you know. And so another one is, so if this guy's doing 100 million views in 1 whole year, well, it implies that we have to pay him this retainer fee for the next whole year, right? But it sounds just like, oh, it sounds really good. I'm going to get 100 million views, guaranteed. Now, the fulfillment is short form content clipping, and the notes I had, it was, short form views. Now, to me, the reality is that if someone isn't spending a lot of time with you, they're way less likely to pay. So 100 million views really doesn't mean anything. And the whole short form, there was a huge wave of short form content creators for a while, clipping creators. And that was big, and people were selling retainers for that. But it kind of died out because, again, people realize, business people, they buy that stuff and they're like, oh, let's get a whole bunch of views. But then they realize that doesn't translate to any real money. And so it's kind of a vanity metric. We don't want to do that. But this guy is running 150 ads. So it's probably working for them. So if you're a creator, you don't want to, because a lot of people, what they do, and I realize this is like, I don't want to try to fulfill for a client. I just want to sell the website, because if it sells, cool. If they're not good at selling, whatever, I don't care. Or I just want to make videos for them. I don't care if it converts. I just want to make the video. And some people want to do that. But what the business owner wants is they want the end result. They do want conversions. And so if you can't promise conversions and you're just promising views, well, it's going to be harder to sell. But again, it's working for him. Cool. Painting. If you don't land projects, then you don't pay. So this is similar to one of the first ones we were looking at. They were doing it for siding and roofing and whatever. We will place a reliable marketing system inside your business. And if you don't land projects, you don't pay. The fulfillment is doing Facebook ads. This one meta ad strategy took him to 150K a month. So I think they're just selling, again, the system to them as a one-time fee. We'll just give you the system and you can run it yourself. And obviously it's working for them. They're running 140 ads and they're all targeting painting contractors in all those ads, which is pretty crazy. So it looks like painting is a really good industry. Financial advisors doing, it's 5 million monthly AUM pipeline. And I think AUM means assets under management. So a financial advisor, they get paid for, I want millionaires to come to me and let me manage their assets because they get paid a percentage, whether it goes up or down, they get paid a percentage of the assets that they are managing. And so we help you build a 5 million plus monthly AUM pipeline using a system that requires zero upfront marketing cost. And then the fulfillment is paid media plus GHL integration. So it's just paid ads and to GHL, and that's working for them. They're running 44 hours. Cool. Qualified booked system for tech firms. This is similar where I think he's just selling a system. I don't think he is doing a retainer. I don't really know, but he was saying break free from referrals with this 3-step engine designed specifically for relationship-based tech firms. Now, if you don't know, these tech firms it is very hard to sell these. So it's like, what's it called? Managed IP, I don't know, something like that. But there's a whole bunch of like managing your infrastructure for your dental practice, right? Managing all the software is for your dental practice, or even just your Microsoft subscriptions. Like there's a ton of those, and they make a lot of money, but it's really, really hard to get clients. I have one friend that I know who works for one of those companies. He makes like $60,000 a year just as a base salary, but he maybe can only get 1 or 2 clients a year. That's how hard it is to get clients with these, because he'll go into an accounting firm, he'll go into a dental office and say, hey, who's your managed service provider? We'll help you cut costs and blah, blah, blah. And they make that decision 1 every 3 years. And so it's like trying to build these relationships long-term. It's really hard. And so this guy, he said, the cost per call is only $262, which is obviously a lot per call. But again, it's really hard to get these calls coming in. So this niche is tough. It's hard to get results, but the industry really wants it. I have people that book on my calendar all the time. They're like, we're trying to sell managed services or tech service, managed IT for local businesses in our area, and we just want more appointments. We'll pay you whatever. I'm like, I really don't want to do that just because how hard it is to get appointments with that. So number 22, this one is a little different. I don't know if that works well. He's running 11 ads, but it's just $100 a week done for you ads. So instead of saying $1,000, people usually spend $1,000 to $6,000 a month on agencies. We'll just do it for $100 a week, and that's the whole offer. So I don't know if that works better, but I guess it's maybe it's working for him. I don't know, just an offer. Okay. CPA sales department. I don't know how many ads this guy was running, but you can look up the name on ads. And we recruit from. Okay, so the offer is we're just going to hire you a sales department. We recruit people with 5 years of experience or more, not from an online course. People that know how to talk about tax strategy, cost segregation, wealth management, or whatever your offer involves. We run it, we manage it, we optimize it daily. You don't hire, you don't train, you don't sit on every call, and we will only get paid when you close deals. So the fulfillment is hiring closers for you. So hiring closers is very easy. Now, it seems like they're a little more complicated where they also make sure that people know how the tax strategy works, how the whatever, so people have experience in that world. But hiring closers is very easy. And I've seen these offers a lot where it's just like, we're just going to take a 20. So you only pay per close deal. They just take a 20% commission. Obviously, you have to start generating your own leads. So they expect you to have calls coming in the door. And they say, we're going to take. So I have had people try to pitch this to me. We're like, hey, we have an in-house sales team and we're going to take 20% commission. And they're like, also, we're going to raise your prices because we just want more commission. So it'll be like, your price is $5,000, we're going to raise it to $7,000 and we're going to take 20%. And then usually 10% goes to the house and then 10% goes to, so the guy managing all the agents, and then 10% goes to the agent themselves. And that's kind of how that works. Cool. 24, HVAC, $99 per qualified lead. Same thing as all the other ones we talked about earlier, which is you have a pay per lead system. We'll pay for everything for you. No ad spend, no risk. Everyone's stealing my framework of no pay that, whatever. And the fulfillment is the same, where you just pay for a package of 10 leads up front, and we'll get 10 leads for you over the course of the next week, and then you refill and whatever. Cool. Reddit propaganda. This one's actually really interesting. I like this one because I know it's real.
Explain why you need to start posting propaganda about your company on Reddit. There are conversations happening about your industry on Reddit right now. People ask who's the best option. They're comparing competitors. People are looking for recommendations before they...
Okay, so basically it's just, they will control the narrative for you on Reddit. So you kind of get the idea. All right, they control the narrative. It controls everything else. So if someone looks up your company and they try, I've done this several times where I'm like, is this company legit, blah, blah, blah. And if it's on Reddit and people are like, oh, I've tried it and it sucks, try this one instead, then obviously I'll go towards whatever one they said. And but I have noticed going on Reddit where there's like AI generated, like, oh, it's really good and I experienced this and blah, blah, blah. And you can tell it's AI generated and it's like, bro, it's kind of annoying seeing that on Reddit. So, but the fulfillment is AI commenting onto current threads or creating new threads for you. And I thought about this, but it is kind of annoying seeing a whole bunch of AI generated stuff on Reddit. So anyways, this one is hire door-to-door sales reps. Now, this company is the Hire Advantage. They're only running 13 ads, but this actually is such an easy offer. And I know that this can work really well because I've tried it myself. So the offer is, we'll get you high-performing recruiting engine that guarantees 25 new reps in 30 days. So what that means is 25 reps, representatives, people that are hired on board to go do door-to-door sales for you, right? Now, the fulfillment is just a hiring system, mainly probably just LinkedIn hiring. Now, when I was starting and I was working with the solar industry, I remember some people were like, yeah, I want to do solar, right? Or, people were saying, I don't want to do Facebook ads. And so I was trying to sell them Facebook ads, but if they don't want to do Facebook ads, then it's kind of hard to sell. And they all talked about, I want to do the traditional methods of marketing. And they talk about, I have my phone number on the side of my truck. We go door to door, we pass out flyers, all that jazz. They just love the traditional methods of marketing. And that's what I was saying about, it's really hard to sell AI or using that vehicle to sell the AI, getting the idea behind the end result that they want. But if the idea is just something that they are already aware of, they already know that this works really well, they already know door-to-door works, then it was way easier to get people interested in that. So I realized that, and I was like, well, let me just try to sell door-to-door. So then I reached out to 100 solar companies, and I said, I can build you a door-to-door sales team, and it'll give you 3 reps, and each rep is going to be hired and trained, and they're going to work on commission, and blah, blah, blah. Would you be interested? And every single response I got was, yes, I'm interested. How does that work? Or how do I hire them? Whatever, all that stuff. And so I got so many people interested in this offer. And then I would call them. I had no clue how to do any of this stuff, but I was like, hey, so how it's going to work, we're going to hire 3 reps, and I'll send you an agreement, and blah, blah, blah. They work on commission. We'll train them, whatever. Again, I have no clue how to do any of this stuff. I'm just trying to see what they would be interested in. And I got a lot of people interested. The only thing is, again, I had no clue what to do. Now, it probably would be easier to understand. You could just go through people like this and his offer, and then you can just copy his ad, copy how he sells it, and see his system, because usually they'll just show a video like, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do blah, 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 and then you can just learn how to do those things, like doing LinkedIn recruiting or whatever, right? And so it's pretty easy. And so I know the offer works well because I tried that in the past. So I would definitely, if you know anything about the door-to-door industry, it is super easy to sell this as an offer. And so, yeah, it's going cool. Next up, AI-powered cold email system. This ListKit, I have a couple here from listkit.io. They run 85 ads right now. And there's several, like, I think there's another guy named Danny, and he also works for ListKit, but he also runs his own ads. And so I'll show you kind of his ads too. And his offer is, we recruit, train, and manage an SDR for you. They make 2,000 cold calls a day and book sales calls directly onto your calendar. A full AI-powered cold email system runs alongside the cold calling efforts. So the fulfillment is cold email with AI personalized first lines. They kind of talk about that in the video. And then also they say that they're doing cold calling. What I'm guessing is that that's an upsell. So they're probably just doing cold email and then they're upselling the cold calling. And maybe they're doing that because the cold calling is easier to sell. Like selling, hey, we're going to do 2,000 cold calls a day. And also doing 2,000 cold calls a day isn't really that hard. You probably don't even need a full-time SDR because there's 10 line dialers. They talked about specifically in their videos that we do a AI assisted dialer, something like that. I don't know what they call it, but it's basically just a dialer that what it does is it'll call 10 people at one time, and then whoever picks up, it's going to ring directly through to you. So if someone picks up, it kind of tells that it's a human picking up. So if someone says hello, then it'll ring to you and you go, oh, hey, this is blah, blah, blah. I just want to see if you're interested in blah, blah, blah. Right. And so that's their strategy. And you can get through like 2,000 in maybe a couple hours rather than a whole day. And so that's kind of what they're selling. Again, I believe that's an upsell, but they're leading with the 2,000 cold calls a day because I think it's probably performing better for them than doing cold email. A lot of people want cold callers for some reason. I think people, again, it's more traditional. People know that to be the working factor rather than cold email or doing Facebook ads. They know that cold calling works. They know that doing door-to-door sales works, So, and I believe this is just a retainer offer though. Appointment setter. Okay, this is Cole Gordon again, the guy that was saying, we'll set up a system for you to run ads for your business, whatever. Again, he's running 410 ads, and this offer is, we will place an appointment setter inside your business, and if they don't perform, you don't pay. So what I'm guessing they're doing is hiring a VA, training on inbound follow-up or outbound cold email, cold calling. So a lot of times what their ideal prospect, let's just say you run a coaching business and you run Facebook ads already and you're getting appointments on the calendar, but there's a whole bunch of people that slip through the cracks, a whole bunch of people that you aren't following up with. And so we're going to hire this appointment setter for you. And this is a recruiting offer. So really you're paying like $10,000 to hire this person with you, or we'll hire them for you and place them into your business. And then if they don't perform, you don't pay. All that really means is that they're working on commission. You're paying me $10,000 to set it up, but they will work for you on commission. And then after, let's say a month or two, if they haven't performed, they haven't helped you close any more deals, then we'll replace it with somebody else for free. So that's kind of how most recruiting offers work, where if someone quits or if someone stops working with you, we'll replace them with somebody else. And so that is the idea behind the appointments. So this works extremely well. I had a guy one time, Bhavya, you know who you are. And I have nothing against Bhavya. He's some kid that was from India, and I think his dad owned a business and whatever. He was 16 years old at the time. And again, I have nothing against him, but he was in my group, so he paid me to get in my group and whatever. And then, so we have this coaching group. He was in there and he said, hey, I have appointment setters that are willing to work on commission. I just want to see if anyone wants them. I don't really need them anymore. Does anybody want these appointment setters? A whole bunch of people were like, yeah, I'm interested. And then what he did was he just said, okay, well, it's $500 and I'll give you access to the appointment setter. And so a whole bunch of people paid him $500 and then he never actually delivered the appointment setters. Maybe he tried and again, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and he never delivered the appointment setters. And so then a whole bunch of people came to me complaining like, hey, this guy never gave me my appointment setter. He scammed me out of $500, whatever. So I had to kick him out. And when I tell people, just don't try to, people try to scam you in the group, don't get scammed, don't buy anything in the group. If someone's trying to offer it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it's, and all I mean is that it's really easy to sell. If some kid, 16-year-old kid in India can easily scam these people that have paid me thousands of dollars on how to do cold outreach, and I tell them how to hire an appointment setter on commission, it's very easy to do. And some kid just comes and says, hey, I'll do that for you. If it's easy for him to scam these people, then it's probably easy for you. I wouldn't scam anybody, but yeah, anyways, good offer. Cool. Commission-only marketing. Okay, this one's actually really interesting. And I've done this before, and it works really well, where you say, so this guy, he's reaching out to or trying to make an ad for AI implementation agencies, and we'll take both your marketing and sales, and we don't charge until after you make sales. So we're going to run Facebook ads for you, and you don't pay us until we close the deals for you, and we work on commission. Now, the thing is that it's like you pay for the ads, and we'll work on commission. So you pay for the ads, so let's say we're running $50 a day, and then we'll take on the sales calls that are coming in. We'll make the ads for you and everything. And so that's really easy. It's not as easy as a pay-per lead. Pay-per-lead is actually a little easier to sell, but this is also pretty easy to sell. I've tested this with painting companies where I said, hey, I have a system that's getting me leads for like $5 to $7 per lead. I want to see if I can send you the leads, and then if you just pay for the ads, I'm just asking for a commission of whatever you close. Is that fair? And I got people interested in that. Now I got a 1% positive response rate. I would get more if I just said we're doing a pay-per-lead. Maybe a 2 to 5% positive if you say that, but it still works. So I thought this offer was pretty good. Number 30, this is we'll close deals for you. DK Closers running 46 ads. We'll install a proven 8-figure sales system into your business, and if they don't perform, you don't pay. Fulfillment, just hiring closers. Again, another one, 10% for the house, 10% per close. And he specifically said, now, again, this one's slightly different because he's offering this to online service-based businesses selling products over $10K. Again, they want that high commission, and so they want it to be a high-ticket offer. So, cool. This one, launch your own AI agency. So this is like an opportunity offer. Now, he was running this ad, but I think he stopped running this ad. So when I looked up his name again, said he's running 0 ads. But it's just, we'll help you. Let's just actually watch the video and we can clown on him. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. Okay, is that what? Okay, there we go. All right, copy. There we go. Paste.
So businesses know that they desperately need AI, but they don't know how to implement it. And that's exactly why we're going to sell small and medium-sized businesses 5 to 10K AI infrastructure packages, and it's going to happen in less than 90 days. Why? We're going to show you exactly what to sell, who to sell.
A whole bunch of people are clowning on him because he's got water in his glass.
80% of the fulfillment for you, but
Giant wine glass equals credibility. Bro, get a mic. Now, the reason I don't think this is working for him is he's just selling a course on how to start an AI agency, and this is just opportunity selling. It's not bad, but it is pretty misleading saying companies desperately need AI when they don't. I don't like the comment of like, if it's so profitable, why don't you just sell it yourself? You know, you can say that for anything. And I have an AI agency and I tell people how to start an AI agency. Why don't I just get more clients? Well, I only have so much capacity and I can only hire so much to get so much capacity. But it's like any real estate investor. You can make so much money as a real estate agent, but you can also sell a course on how to become a better real estate agent. And if you're a top 1% agent, you can make $3 million a year, but you can also make an extra $3 million a year just selling a course on how to do it. And so, there's only so many houses that you can sell in your local neighborhood. Or if I'm a real estate investor and I'm selling how to do real estate investing, well, there's only so many houses I can invest in because I only have access to so much capital. And I would love access to more capital. And but I can also sell other people how to get their first property and flip it because people just want it. And if people are asking me for help, then I might as well sell it. So, anyways, and I know this guy's running 0 ads and it's not really working for him. And I know these are all proven offers to work, but it is opportunity selling. And obviously, I think he was running this ad because it is pretty easy to sell people, hey, you start an AI agency and we're going to get you 5 to 10K packages. So, cool. All right. Now, so far, out of these 31, now I was only going to do like 30 and then just stop. But I was like, I'm pushing through. I'm going to do all 100. And I'm glad I did because I found a lot more cool offers. And so we're only 30 in and we got 70 more to go, 69 more to go. But so the 4 main frameworks that we have seen so far: pay per lead or pay on results. So you pay per qualified lead. We do everything else for you, and you usually pay for a package or daily or weekly for leads. Now this works for B2B or B2C. So HVAC, roofing, painting companies, as we've seen, or siding companies, or they pay $110 per qualified lead that we send you, or B2B like marketing agencies, coaches, and consultants. So that's one main offer that we've seen work consistently. Another one that we see consistently is set up the system. I will set up your ads for you for contractors. I will set up your cold email for you for your local business. I will, whatever, right? So I'll guarantee X result. It's a one-time fee. If it doesn't work, you don't pay. We hire for you. We create the systems for you, and then you take it from there. So the door-to-door sales team guy, the in-house ad system, the AI employees for video production companies will just create the system for you, give it to you, and we're going to guarantee that you're going to get success with that. So set up the system works really well. I've sold that several times as well myself. So I've sold both of these a lot. Work on commission. I also do this for certain industries. And it's like, we'll hire a sales rep for you, running your marketing for you. You just pay us commission on closed deals. Now, usually with these, it's like you pay for the ads and then we'll work on commission. Or you need to have some sort of lead flow. So a lot of the, we'll hire closes for you and take 20%. A lot of those, they're not going to take on anybody that doesn't have a lead flow. So if you don't have at least like 10 calls coming in a week, then we're not going to take on you as a client. But work on commission works really well. And then opportunity. So like this guy right here, he's selling an opportunity. You can start this business. Or one of the first ones we saw where the guy was like, how to get 300 appointments a month for your AI automation agency. So you can start an AI automation agency and we're going to get you 300 appointments a month. And I do that too. It's a lot of opportunity. Like if you don't currently have a business, here's some options for you. So now a lot of offer innovation happens when you take some of these unique industries and you can dominate by just having a better offer. So for example, we'll probably go through a few more like this, but if there is, I'm trying to think of one of these that we've seen so far. One of these that are like, all right, how about this one? The 2,000 cold calls. We'll do 2,000 cold calls for you. Let's get AI-powered cold email system we'll run 2,000 cold calls a day for you. This is a good offer, but he's saying that we've ran it ourselves and you can click below and we'll give you the pricing and all that stuff. No offer of a guarantee. There is no pay per lead. And so this is an offer that we know is working because they're running a ton of ads, 85 ads with an offer very similar to this. They're all basically saying we're going to do 2,000 cold calls a day. So you just take that, and the innovation happens when you just make it to where it's easier to say yes to. There's less risk to you. And so we can take an industry. So there's one later in the video where it's like going to be, this guy does marine marketing. So marketing for boats, which is really interesting. And he just sells a basic package of just anything. Like we'll do web design for you, we'll do SEO, right? But if you said pay per boat sold, I don't know how it's really works. Pay per whatever remodel, I don't know anything about boats, honestly. But it's such a unique industry, and we can just innovate by making the offer sound better, by lowering the risk. And so a way that we could lower the risk here is say we're going to run 2,000 cold calls a day, and you only pay per qualified booked call, or you only pay per cold call that we do, right? You pay per call connect, just like paying more towards the end result. Now the real end result would be pay on commission, right? That's everybody would want that offer, but honestly, I've found it a little easier to sell pay per qualified, and you actually make more money that way, because if we do pay on commission and they just suck at closing, then you obviously don't make as much money. So you can take one of these current industries and you innovate. Now this one's already pay per qualified lead. You can just take this offer as it is and take it and just do it yourself, because obviously it's working for them. They're running 67 ads. This other one's down here where they're running 70 ads for doctors, 30 new patients guaranteed. If you just did 30 patients, pay per qualified booking, pay per patient. That's a lot easier. Or we work for you on commission, just pay for the ads, right? So a lot of these you can innovate on just by, instead of anybody here that's offering like this one, another one too, if they're selling it as a one-time fee, like this guy, he was selling like, hey, we're going to give you this system, and it's no cold email, no creating content. We're going to run these Facebook ads for you, and you just take these AI ads and implement it yourself, and you're going to guarantee get appointments in the door, and we'll work for free until you start seeing results. That's another one where instead of, like, if the Cole Gordon is hiring an appointment setter, you pay $10,000 for this appointment setter, and then they're going to start working for you. Well, if instead you did, we're going to hire the appointment setter, and we're going to make sure that they are already getting results, and then you pay. So you only pay after they start getting results. And all you do is you just have an appointment setter already ready to go. You do some simple cold outreach. They start getting appointments in the door, which is really easy. And then you say, okay, now you can pay. And if you want access to the appointment setter, we're not going to give you the appointment setter until you pay, right? And so that's some ways that you can innovate based on the pricing. Cool. So if they are offering a monthly retainer, you can offer a one-time setup fee. If they're offering a one-time setup fee, we can offer done for you or only pay per qualified. If they offer pay per qualified, we can offer a pay per close deal. We just keep going down the ladder. And either way, you can never lose with a pay per close deal. You can never lose. Pay per close is just they pay for the ads and you track the closes, right? Pay per qualified is charging $100 per call when it costs you $20. One-time setup fee is just a $1,000 to $10,000 package that costs you nothing because it's 90% profit because you're just giving it to them and then they pay for everything. So some people will want a different vehicle or a different pricing structure. That's what I noticed. Like when I first started selling, I was trying to do a retainer, and I could sell some retainers, but it was just a little hard to get people to commit long-term, whatever. But then if I just said, so I would sell, like, let's say a $1,500 per month. It's happened a lot. $1,500 a month retainer, and I would take on a client that I really don't know if I can help you, a roofing company, whatever. And so then I would start helping them, and then at the end of the month, they're like, I didn't really get as many appointments as I thought I would. Can I just get a refund? And then I spent a whole month working for you. Now I have to give you a $1,500 refund, which I don't want to do. But then I changed it to, how about $1,500, and I just gave you the whole system where you can run it yourself. And then if it doesn't work for you, then now I'll make sure it works for you. Like within the first week, we're going to get appointments coming in the door, and then you just have to run it from there. What would happen a lot of times is they start running it and then they never actually do anything with it. And it got appointments for them, but then they just don't run it consistently. And so if it doesn't work for them, it's completely their fault. But now I get the $1,500. They don't ask for a refund because they have the system all themselves. And then I have to keep chasing the next client and get another client soon. But at least now I don't have client churn. And I didn't have to give a refund, right? And I didn't have to be on the hook to deliver the results for them. They have to deliver the results themselves. So that was the difference between the retainer and the selling as a one-time fee. But I also fixes the issue if I have to do it myself. I just do a pay per qualified lead. Well, I get paid more per lead because it's cost me $20 and I'm selling it for $100. And even less than that, a lot of times it costs $5 to $7 per qualified lead, and you can sell it for a lot more. Cool. So any of these models work pretty well. All right. Now, if you want to start one of these, what I've seen work the best is, again, the pay per lead in the B2B and B2C industries, and then growth partner, so pay on results. So you pay me a commission on whatever gets closed, but you just pay for the ads. So these are what I found to be the easiest to sell because it removes all the risk for them. The fulfillment is very easy. So instead of trying to sell websites or AI implementation, you just build a system for them to get clients coming in the door, and they only pay per close or they pay on qualified leads or whatever, right? It's a lot easier to sell that way. And rather than doing like what I see a lot of people doing is like, we're going to run your ads, we're going to do your websites, we're going to do your SEO. You just cut all that out and we just say only pay per qualified lead. That's it. And so if you want me to help you set up that, you can choose one of these offers and we'll set it up together where you have clients coming in within 1 week guaranteed on one of these business models. Or if you have an agency already and you're selling an offer similar to one of these that work really well, I can get you 120 appointments a month and you can book a call with me below. But we're going to keep going to 32. 10 new video ads or you don't pay. So this guy's running 11 ads and we'll deliver these. So the offer is we'll deliver these ads for you. And if it doesn't beat your current best ads, then you don't pay us a dime. They're just creating video ads for them. A lot of that's probably through AI. This looks like an AI generated video. Obviously it's him talking or whatever, but it looked kind of AI generated from there. And then that's about it, honestly. Targeting B2B. So the video is like, we're going after service-based businesses, and it's kind of like a new vehicle, right? Other than doing cold email, we're just going to make you content, right?
We will ideate, script, and edit at least 10 brand new, completely unique video ad creatives for you that are guaranteed to beat the best performers in your ad account right now. We'll ideate the ads with you so you
blah, 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 right? Okay, number 33, inbound retainer system for video agencies. So this is another one targeting video editing agencies or video production agencies. And he is just offering, hey, we're going to... he's running 120 ads, which is crazy, and we'll install an inbound retainer system for video production companies. The fulfillment is a coaching group showing you how to do cold outreach and get people to sell. And then also there's like, we're going to create the offer for you. We're going to do a whole bunch of random stuff, like how to create the retainer so they pay long term. Just a coaching group and how to get more clients as a video production company. As I said, there's a lot of people targeting video production. I don't know why. Apparently it works. Apparently they're willing to spend money. Cool. SEO, first page ranked in 20 days. So if we don't rank you in 20 days, we'll give you a full refund plus $200 for wasting your time. Now this used to work really well. Like I'll pay you $100, I'll give you a full refund plus $100 for wasting your time. I think it still works, but I don't think like in the ad, I would always say like, if it doesn't work, you don't pay. That's it. But if you say, if it doesn't work, we'll give you a full refund, well, that implies I have to pay up front. Now, on the sales call, I would say, hey, if it doesn't work, I'll give you the $900 back plus an extra $100 for wasting your time if you don't get ranked within the first 20 days, right? That's a lot easier. Fulfillment, SEO, probably just by review management, just getting them a lot of reviews. That's what it looked like from the ad itself. And then the full refund, again, I want to do, that's what I said before, cool. Proven paid ads for agencies. So again, this is targeting agencies, selling an opportunity. Hey, we'll get you, or using this inbound flywheel system, predictable, reliable system to get agencies more appointments in 14 days, zero risk. Again, that's kind of a, I guess, misleading zero risk, meaning kind of sounds like I don't have to pay anything, but it's better than saying giving you a full refund.
Look, if you run an agency that targets local brick and mortar businesses, then give me just 14 days and I'll install our proven paid ad system into your agency at absolutely zero risk. You see, there's only a few.
I don't know if you can tell, but with all of these, literally the fulfillment is almost the exact same. Either it's we're going to run cold email for you, or we're going to run Facebook ads for you, or sometimes a new vehicle like doing it on TV or doing it through Facebook groups. But we're just going to get you more clients, and it's just targeting some different industry. Now, some industries obviously are more targeted than others for some reason. A lot of them are video production companies or painting companies or agencies. A lot of people are targeting agencies. And so obviously that works really well. It's pretty easy to duplicate this just by running Facebook. Like, all we have to figure out how to do is how to run Facebook ads well enough, which is not very hard, to get appointments for an industry like painting, and be able to sell that for $75, but only get a cost per lead to $20, and then we just make the difference. That's all you have to do. That's really all these offers are. Cool. This one, grow your business's YouTube channel. Now, in this, I don't really like this ad, but he is running 39 of them, so we're going to watch it.
We charge $5,000 a month to run YouTube for your business.
So
and
he's
one video we made
claiming
for a
we're gonna
client generated enough video to pay for over 3 years of that. So yeah, it's not cheap. But
so he's saying that, okay, look, we're gonna run your YouTube ads, or sorry, not YouTube ads, but we're gonna run your entire YouTube department we're gonna do your strategy, your content ideas, your video editing, your posting, thumbnails, everything, blah blah blah. But it's $5K a month, and so coming out first with the offer, I don't know if that's going to perform as well for him, but maybe you get the right type of prospect, and he's obviously running enough ads to make it worth it. And it's pretty easy to, like, if this offer is working, okay, he's running ads for Instantly. Okay, what the heck? He's running Instantly's YouTube channel and claiming that he's the reason that they're making millions of dollars a month. I believe that he knows what he's doing, but leading with the offer of $5K, again, to me, I want to do that, but maybe it is working really well for him enough to run 39 ads and run those consistently. Okay, so again, most of this stuff is pretty easy with AI. Now, I've spent so many years on YouTube trying, I bought all the courses and spent tens of thousands of dollars learning all this stuff, but AI can almost do most of it now, where AI can edit most of the videos, makes most of my thumbnails, and makes most of the video ideas. Now, you still have to get inspiration from others, but it's pretty easy to have AI do a lot of this stuff for you and charge $5K a month for it, so cool. All right, this next one is not really even about, this one I thought just was cool, honestly. Like, you couldn't copy this offer, but it seemed very interesting, so let's just watch this for you real quick.
I used to run a coaching business that did over 100 million in sales, and I swore that everyone was lying on their applications about their finances. Turns out I wasn't crazy. After surveying dozens of coaching accounts and running over 100,000 leads through our system, we discovered that over 50% of prospects lie about their income and financial situation on applications. People without money want you to think they have it. People with money,
their software just basically qualifies them within 3 seconds. So in 3 seconds, it'll show you whether or not they have the money to pay for your service, which is pretty interesting. Never heard anything like that. Now, this could be just a data as a service thing where they just segment, like there's data tools that will give you all, like there's a tool called Axiom. I think that's what it's called, Axiom. And they have data of like every homeowner throughout the United States, but it also has their credit score, their interest-based targeting, stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting. And maybe they just use a database like that to make their software. Cool. Vetted A players for your agency. This is just another hiring one. We'll hire A players for you, pay a one-time fee, no retainer, no contract. If it doesn't work, we'll replace them for free. That's most staffing offers are like that. Just like I said with Cole Gordon, it's you pay us $10,000 and we'll hire somebody for you. If it doesn't work, we will replace them, no refund. But staffing, should I just talk over these dogs? Like I have to pause every 10 minutes to let these dogs bark. Anyways, back to what I was saying. With recruiting, it's always been a high ticket offer. And so most companies are actually willing to spend usually like 10 to 30% of whatever that person's annual salary is. So if their annual salary is $75,000, then they're willing to pay $7,500 for you to help them hire that individual. So recruiting can be a lot of money. Cool. And it's really not that hard. Like just posting on staffing boards and whatever. All right. AI SEO, Gushwork.ai running 41 ads. And they automate content creation to get you found on both Google and AI platforms, generate inbound leads, and stay ahead of the competitors. So this was just like the first one that I saw that like this is just a testimonial that this guy was talking about where he was like, people found me through ChatGPT. And I've heard people offer SEO for AI for a while, but that's just the first ad I saw with that offer. So, and they're running 41 ads, so it's probably working. This one's interesting. It's just a thought idea, I guess. Just join our mastermind for meta ads, and we're masterminds at running meta ads. So if you have any questions, we'll just answer your questions for you. It's $250 a month for instant access, and we'll help you out with whatever you need, right? Doesn't seem that hard to do. It looks like it's converting well because he's running 58 ads for it, and he's a master at Facebook ads, so he probably knows what he's doing. And so yeah, it looks like it's working. So if you just want to run a group, so this is an ad directly to a school group, which is interesting. All right, wholesalers, Google ad strategy. This is another industry where a lot of people target wholesalers because they either have a lot of money or they are willing to invest a lot of money because the upside has so much potential where they can make tens of thousands of dollars just finding one deal, right? So we unlock a hidden side of Google Ads, show you and this ad is actually pretty well crafted. I'm gonna share this with you.
Google is an absolute
psychopath.
It's only playing in one ear for me.
They know 100% a property owner is going to sell their house before they have even made the decision.
Okay, right there. They know a seller is going to sell their house before they even made the decision to, because Google knows everything and they're tracking everybody and blah, blah, blah. How do they know that? They search what they watch, what they talk about. They know all those data points and blah, blah, blah. All they're doing is running PPC ads. Fulfillment is PPC ads for wholesaling. They're getting a lot of these wholesalers, either they're willing to pay, like I said, just because the reward is so high. And so it's pretty simple to them. And then there's another one too that's selling PPC and another one that's selling SEO to wholesalers. I'll show you in a second. Epoxy flooring and painting. This is a trust offer saying 150 plus painting and epoxy companies trust us to grow their business every day. So instead of running, hey, we're going to work on a paper performance or a paper lead or whatever, it's just offering trust, which is pretty interesting. So they are running 81 ads. We will come into your business and rebuild your entire lead generation engine in just 7 days. Facebook ad system setup notes. I can't really tell if it's a one-time fee, but they are running a lot of ads with the exact same offer. So case study cold calling. So this is a list kit again that they were offering those 2,000 cold calls like we talked about earlier. But this one is a slightly different ad where, again, it's the same thing we're selling, but how we position it, how the idea behind it. So the idea behind this one is we're showing you this case study. We have 39K cash collected, 146 leads generated. Let's just do some quick math, okay? You have 22 days a month. You have 2,000 calls a day, 44,000 plus the 30,000 emails that you're running, 74,000 contacts. Cool. All right, now let's do 146 divided by 74,000. Your positive response rate is 0.0019, 0.2% positive. Is that good? Not really, but all right. Fulfillment is Kixi, and they're saying 30,000 cold email. Maybe that's like a 3 email sequence to one prospect, so it's really 10,000 cold emails. So whatever, right? Kixi or other, like I talked about earlier, there are AI power dialers. Kixi's one I talked to. They charge like $750 a month for like 5 seats or something like that, something crazy. But then there's another one called Call Tools, which is also a 10-line dialer, and they're $150 a month, so pretty good. Seems like a lot. So they're saying 30K cold emails, 2K calls a day, but I think it's pretty cheap to set this up. Like I said, I think it's pretty cheap to hire a cold caller at $5 an hour, and they can run multiple clients a day because it doesn't take that long to get through 2,000 contacts if you're calling 10 at every 10 seconds, So, all right. Number 44, agency opportunity to sell data. So the ad is just, you just realized selling data is the new agency model. And so I've seen several of these. I actually had a call with Audience Lab this morning. And, I've seen a few of these, Audience Lab, but again, it's not about what they're selling, but what they're trying to get you to sell. So instead of, there's those ads we saw earlier of like how to scale your video production agency. Instead of scaling your video production agency, this guy is specifically selling how to scale your agency or how to scale your video production, right? He was selling both of those. And so we could do that where instead of trying, this is like, oh, you should start a data agency rather than starting an AI agency, start a data agency. Well, don't do that. Try to sell other people how to start a data agency, whatever that means, right? Anyways, all right. So they just give you intent data. I've tested some intent data. I haven't tested the Audience Labs or whatever this tool is, but I've tested other intent data. I haven't seen a significant improvement in quality of leads or the amount of leads or the cost per lead going down significantly with the intent data. But some people have said they have seen significant reduction in cost per qualified lead with Facebook ads if they use the intent data for that. I'm going to test it myself a little more and see what happens, but it's just an opportunity. So they're selling that opportunity to agencies like, hey, instead of doing your agency, try this thing. Try selling data. Cool. All right. Done for you, SEO agency. This one's simple. This is just a guy I know. He used to have a group called Social something, but it was like a group for $100 a month, and it was really cool. They had 2 calls a day, and I kind of want to recreate something like that where 2 calls a day, people that were just starting out and how they were running their business, and they would just, one guy in the morning, one guy at night, one guy was good at ads and doing drop shipping type stuff. The other guy was good at marketing on whatever, agency stuff. And so you could just talk to them twice a day and see what they're doing, what's working for them, see what other people in the group are doing, whatever, right? And it was just like 1 hour call twice a day. Pretty cool. But they stopped doing that. And I think it was called, no, not Social Dynamic. I forget what it's called. But he's just doing done for you SEO agency, guaranteed rank for less than 1K, and it's more of a 90-day offer. So I don't think this offer is really that good, but I know this guy is good at doing ads and he knows what he's talking about. So he is only running 11 ads, but he knows what he's doing. So, and he said the fulfillment is just daily blog posts, press releases, and these dogs. And we're going to rank you in, I think, 90 days. So not as good as the other one where it's like rank you in 20 days. I got a call in 5 minutes, but I really don't want to take this call. I want to finish this video. So I'm going to actually cancel this call. Sorry, buddy. And hopefully my calendar fills up more. We're going to go back. Hopefully these dogs start barking so I can just finish this within the next 30 minutes. All right. So this one, Medicare marketing departments. This one's pretty interesting. So T65 leads into your ad account on autopilot. We become your marketing department. So he was just running ads for them. Now T65, what's really cool about watching all these ads, you get to see, you can learn their lingo pretty fast. So he is probably deep in the weeds and he knows that people want these T65 leads. I had no clue what T65 means, but it means turning 65. So people that are about to enroll in Medicare or Medicaid, whatever it's called. And so these are exclusive leads for them. And his offer isn't really that good. Like it's just, we're going to run the ads for you. And it's just, we will run it for you, no pay per qualified or guarantee. So he has no guarantee with this offer, but he's running 120 ads with an offer that's not that great. And so it would be really easy to innovate the pricing, like I said, where we go pay per qualified T65 lead. That would be just like an ad that says pay per qualified T65 lead would perform probably a lot better than what he's putting in here. But anyways, really good. All right. 40, we're not even at 50, bro. Nextdoor advertising. This one was just, again, another vehicle. Instead of doing Facebook groups, instead of doing on TV, you can do it on Nextdoor. And nobody's doing Nextdoor advertising. And you've tried Facebook ads, but it doesn't work. Nextdoor actually is the people that are really engaged and blah, 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 right? So there's another avenue that you can use. All right. Double your commissions in 90 days. Financial rep. This guy was only running 1 ads, but I just like the offer. Double your commissions in 90 days guaranteed. And I think he's not running a lot of ads because I don't think these people make that much money. The, what are they called? Financial advisor type thing. So anyways, 49, sell your agency. This one's pretty simple where he just, in the ad, he says, I just wired $875,000 cash to acquire a marketing agency. Now I'm looking for the next one. And the fulfillment is, I'm guessing, oh, sorry. Whoever is calling me 13 times, please stop. I'm just going to put my thing on do not disturb. Thank God. Okay, fulfillment. I'm guessing this guy is just working with a business broker, or he is a business broker and he's just trying to get lead flow coming in the door. He might actually be trying to buy businesses, but I don't know if I believe that. Now, what I see a lot of times with this, it's kind of scammy, but it's just a downsell of, hey, your business isn't ready to sell, so what I think you should do is you should buy our $10,000 package of getting your business prepared to sell. So if you're doing between $200K and $1 million in cash collected over the course of a year, then we're going to buy you, but we can only buy you if we think you're set up and ready to sell, or we can get you in touch with all these buyers. But you need to make sure you're structured right to be able to sell. So buy this $10,000 package and you'll be ready to sell. All right. Which is kind of, I don't know if he's doing that, but I've seen that happen a lot. Number 50, this is another opportunity marketing. So we will build a cleaning company. Now I started seeing a lot of cleaning company ads, and this is actually very similar to, I talked to a lady named Jasmine Tates, and she has the exact same offer where it's like $10,000 and we will build you a turnkey cleaning business. Let me watch this ad with you real quick.
Build you a turnkey cleaning business with a client guarantee, or you don't pay, and if you give me 15 seconds, I'll break down exactly how this works. First, we'll install our tried and true lead gen strategy that's been working for us.
Give you a lead gen strategy,
implement an automated booking system,
and we'll give you a manager so that they can hire people under them to do the cleaning for you. So a course on how to implement all the stuff, ads plus hiring. Now, this lady Jasmine Tates, what she would do is like, hey, I'll set all this up for you for 10K, or you can do it yourself for 5K, and I'll just give you the course on how to do everything with coaching and blah, blah, blah. So I thought it was pretty interesting. He's running 23 ads, and I've seen this work several times with other people. So just how to start this business. Pretty interesting. All right. 51, $1 million Instagram funnel for fitness influencers. So this guy is just teaching fitness influencers how to
10 days, and I'll install our
10
$1
days.
million Instagram funnel into your business at
Content pipeline plus
no
ads.
risk. You see, there's only a few ways to get clients for your gym, your personal training, or your online fitness business.
So that's where he calls out the audience, online fitness coach. And again, he's specifically calling out to people doing over 10K a month. And it's just, we're going to get you more clients coming in the door using our Instagram funnel. And I think he's just helping you create better quality content and then implementing ads. I think it's just a one-time fee. Wholesaling PPC, again, the difference with this one is that they're generating inbound leads with motivated sellers actively looking for sales. And this was different because it was a testimonial video, and I thought it was pretty good. So this guy's just saying, hey, before we had you, we were doing, oh my gosh, these dogs. I just want to finish this video. We had a whole bunch of blah, blah, blah. We did everything, and then everything ever worked. But when we found you, we started doing Google PPC, and it worked really well. And now we don't have to do anything, and you just take care of everything for us. Note, it's another wholesaling again. Either way, they have money and they want to spend it. 53 warehouse cleaning contracts. So this is similar to the we build a cleaning business for you, but this is this guy's running 30 ads. Our system generates 10 to 20 walkthroughs appointments every month with no retainer, no setup cost, or shared leads. AI-driven cold email. So I checked their website. I thought I put a picture in here, but apparently I didn't. I'm gonna keep talking over these dogs. I don't care. But it's, oh my gosh. Cleaning is one of those B2B industries that are really easy because a lot of B2B industries, every single client that you get is different. So a marketing agency, this marketing agency targets this industry and they sell this thing. Let's say they sell SEO versus this marketing agency sells websites and whatever. So every single marketing client that you get can be slightly different. But cleaning is just, we do cleaning and we do it in this area. And so we can just get a whole bunch of leads in that area. So it works pretty well. Cool. All right. This next one is growth operator opportunity. This guy is just selling a course on how to become a growth operator. Let's watch this video.
Got my first ever client signed as a growth operator. 3.5K setup fee, 20% revenue.
What would one client pay you $15,000? Okay, so saying that a client can pay you $15,000 a month. That, I believe, can be true. I don't think you're going to get paid $15,000 a month, but all they are doing is like you pay a setup fee and then we'll run the ads for you, and then you pay on commission. You pay us on commission, right? And then you're paying for the ads. Just like I already mentioned, that's already working really well. And yeah, cool. All right. Next one, window cleaning appointments. So we replace shared leads with exclusive booked appointments. Homeowners with 10 plus windows ready to move forward, booked directly onto your calendar. And so I don't think it's a pay per lead, but it is guarantee, or there is no guarantee, I don't think, but in these ads, but it looks like it's working for them because they're running 54 ads. And they are also doing window replacement. So window cleaning appointments and window replacement paper qualified. So it looks like in this one, it is the same company and they're doing the same thing. But in this one, I think they're saying paper qualified. So it might be paper qualified for both. But either way, they're dominating the window industry apparently. Cool. Double your revenue for mechanic shops. So this guy was only running 17 ads, but it looks like he runs ads consistently. Like he's ran ads for a long time. Because in this ad, the guy specifically says, "Oh, I've seen your ads everywhere." Blah blah blah.
For about 2 weeks.
And this is just a testimonial. I've been with you for 2 weeks.
Has been killer, man. Just yesterday, man, I've closed 20 grand, dude, on your leads.
All right, so I'm closing 20 grand on your leads. This is awesome. Blah blah blah. Right. And so he's targeting mechanic shops, but he's also so there's another one where he's doing mechanic shops and PPF and ceramic coating. I don't know what PPF is, but that's what they said in this ad here. PPF and ceramic coating shops doing 30 to 100K a month. Give me 7 days and we'll build entire booking operations into your business so that you can start closing jobs within days of launching. So we'll build you a system and you can run it from there. Facebook ads, pre-qualified leads, notes, or we work for free. Again, this is an easy offer, a layup to just steal the exact offer and just make it sound better. So rather than saying, if it doesn't work, we'll keep going until it works for you, or we work for free. You just change that to a refund guarantee, or you change it, if it doesn't work, you don't pay. That sounds a lot better than we work for free. Because we work for free just means I pay up front, and then after 30 days, if it doesn't work, we're just going to keep working, but I'm never going to give you your money back, So pretty easy to dominate the industry if you just do some pricing innovation there. Cool. All right. Pay per fresh insurance lead. Now, I thought this was a pay per lead, but really it's like a course. It's just a $97 course on how to do it yourself how to do Facebook ads to get insurance leads yourself for $7 to $10 or like $5 to $7, something like that. And so you pay $97, and if you just get 3 leads, then usually you're paying $40 per lead, but this is a lot cheaper than paying $40 a lead. And so use my thing, right? And just buy this course. Now I believe it's a course probably to an upsell to Done For You. So pretty interesting. Insurance industry. Cool. This one is actually really interesting. I want to go kind of in deep on this one. But Inside Success Network, 81 ads is what they are running. And the ad is now casting trade business owners. Okay, and it's just this picture of what this says right here. Okay, and if you've turned your trade into a serious business, this is an opportunity to showcase what you've built. And then it's just saying, we're doing casting calls. Click here to book a call with us and see if you're a good fit for the show. Now, how this really works is they have some sort of show on PBS, some network that nobody cares about, and they create a documentary of your business, a 30-minute documentary just showcasing how you started and where you are right now. But how it really works is I had a call with a guy. It might be the same company. I don't know if it's the same guy, but he told me that he does this where he has this network that he's a part of, and he'll create the documentary, but he charges $15,000 to $20,000 to come to your place to record your story. And he has worked with all these other big brands. He's worked with KFC and blah, blah, blah. And now we're going to do it for your business because we think you have such a good story and you're such an amazing person. We love what you guys are doing. Pay us $20,000 and we'll come record it. And it's working really well for him. Now, he doesn't get as many closed deals. He said maybe only 1 out of 10 actually closed, but it's really cheap to get calls coming in. And I think the guy doing the call, I remember he was doing Facebook ads. So this might be just the same guy. And then I also had another friend who, so it's a pretty genius offer. Obviously, if you don't have connection to PBS, whatever, you can just say, hey, instead of now casting, I guess you can still say now casting, and say we're creating a documentary for local service-based businesses. If you want to be a part of the documentary, blah, 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 and you can just create a documentary for them, pretty easy. One guy I know, he was doing, do you want to be on Shark Tank? Just posting on Facebook, do you want to be on Shark Tank? He had literally nothing to do with Shark Tank, but what he would do, I don't know why he would do this, but he would book the call for like 3 weeks out and then start doing follow-up sequences about something completely unrelated. And then he would just sell them some completely different offer that had nothing to do with Shark Tank, which was pretty funny. And then also, the same company is doing faith-based now casting for this new TV show for faith-based entrepreneurs. And I have a client, I don't know if he wants me to tell you this, but he, this client of mine who he's working for a company, and the company basically says, grow the kingdom, grow your church, grow your whatever, by starting an AI agency. And so they're selling this AI opportunity, or how to start an AI agency, and you can make tens of thousands of dollars, and you can give more money to the church now because you're making whatever, right? But the company is owned by Muslims, and they tried to run it themselves by saying start a halal agency or something like that. But then it didn't work, so they switched to Christianity, and they just hired someone else to be the face of the brand. And it's just like, hey, do you want to be a Christian entrepreneur and you want to grow the kingdom? And it is kind of slimy. I don't think it's the equivalent of, I'm sure you've all had someone come up to you and say, hey man, I need to get to the bus. My family's waiting on me. Like my grandkids are waiting. I need to get to the bus really bad. And the bus is about to leave. I just need $15. And it's like they're just taking the money and just using it for something else, obviously. Or they're taking, I just need $15 to get some food, and they go behind a crack house and go buy crack, right? So kind of the equivalent of that. It is slimy. So I don't like when people try to poke at the faith. I'm Christian, but I know, and you talk about what you love. So if you love something, you talk about your fiance or your kids or your faith, which is fine. But I never push that as like, you should like what I do because I'm a Christian. If you're a Christian too, then you should pay me. That's kind of, I don't know. I don't like that. But anyways, 62, dog groomers, AI voice agents. Okay, this is the only one that I saw that was actually performing for AI voice agents. This is a company, Retriever Veterinarian Software, and I believe it's just like a high-level white label. But we will, and this ad is so annoying. I'm sorry, lady. This other ad I was about to say.
Shout out to all my dog groomers. Quick question. How many calls did you miss today? Be honest. You're elbow deep, grooming a dog.
Tell me my dog. Shut up. All right, so AI receptionist, and they're running 180 ads just for AI receptionists. And it's like, we're going to, and the offer is like, we're going to waive the setup fee and we're going to give you this CRM that manages everything. And then it's going to take the appointments for you and blah, blah, blah. So I never really recommend running an AI offer, but obviously maybe this industry is just working really well for them. And so maybe that's a good industry to target. So cool. Now, I don't really like industries that are low ticket like that. But if it's a low ticket offer to a low ticket industry, maybe it'll work. And then this is the only other one, AI sales specialist. So hire your own AI automation specialist and transform your operations. So they're running 23 ads. And this one was just more vague. We'll do AI for you for whoever, but it wasn't to a specific industry. So just another one that I saw working. But that's really the only 2 ones I saw working out of these 100. Okay, asphalt, large jobs pay per estimate. So it's kind of like concrete. I think we'll have concrete later in here, but they're running 8 ads, but just same thing, pay per qualified lead. But they're specifically saying in the video, they say large scale projects, churches, businesses, and commercial properties. So you might want to lean into that angle, like, hey, we're going to get you church projects or commercial building projects because they have larger asphalt needs. So cool. Pest control, pay per lead, another one, $55 per qualified lead. He's only running 2 ads, probably because pest control doesn't make a lot of money. And so I honestly want to do pest control, but it's just another industry that you can think of. SEO, pay per qualified, or we'll guarantee you 10 SEO clients. That's it. That's the offer. That's what it says in the ad. Fulfillment is Facebook ads plus cold email. That's what it said in the website, I believe. And then I don't think it's pay per lead actually, but you could improve this and just say pay per lead just like the other guy did before. And 67, 15 to 25 qualified estate planning prospects for your next event. We run 300 events a month. So what they do is, kind of earlier I said the 7-figure doc one, they had clients where we create an event for you, we get people over to that event, and then we run ads, to that event, and then you upsell them from there. So this is basically, come to this, a lot of times like a lunch and learn. We'll buy you lunch, and then we'll teach you about this thing and how to keep your wealth safe. And then it's just a sales pitch of how to plan your estate planning, and then you can buy the services from us. So that was working well for them. This other ad is crazy. Listen to this.
This water damage contractor just closed $300,000 in new jobs in 30 days entirely from referrals. And here's how it happened.
Okay. I don't know what this ad is, but plumbers, you are marketing and plumbers in your market are deciding who gets the next job. Property managers are choosing who they trust. Insurance professionals are forming habits. While you're testing ads and rotating agencies, other restoration companies are quietly locking down referral relationships you'll never get access to later. And so this is really interesting. This is just fulfillment. The fulfillment is, we're going to create you partnerships with other people. Now, I've done this several times with different businesses, and this is called the Referral Ninjas. And the offer is, we're just going to create partnerships for you. I've done this, like I had a guy who was a countertop contractor. He does countertops. And what we did, he was in Phoenix, Arizona. We just reached out to all the contractors in the local area and say, hey, we do countertops. If you have any jobs coming up, if you want to refer me to anybody, or if you want me to bid on anything that's coming up, let me know. I'd love to. And he was able to get a year's worth of jobs from 1 week worth of outreach doing that. The only problem that I have found is that, how do I monetize this? So I've tried to offer that as an offer to people, like, hey, I'll help you create these partnerships. You just pay me $2,000 one time, and then I'll create those partnerships for you. And it was, I tried to sell that maybe like 10 times. I had like 10 sales calls with roofing companies, but no one ever bought. These people, I guess, found a way to sell that as a system because it does work really well. And I've also, like, another really good example, like a lot of companies, they have these relationships with other companies that they both need each other. So for example, a towing company gets a lot of clients from just apartment buildings. So apartment buildings, they might have a vehicle there that doesn't have a sticker on it. They just need it taken out, and they need a preferred towing company. And the preferred towing company is willing to do it for free, because then they get paid for you to take out your car from the towing place. You have stuff like that. Or the towing company also wants to work with auto repair shops, because auto repair shops usually need to, if they don't do transmissions, they only do tires. Well, they did the tires, now they need the transmission taken care of. So we need to ship this car over to somebody else, and the towing company is willing to do that, right? And so they can create these partnerships with these local repair shops and these apartment building complexes, to where it's basically, I'll help you for free, or you pay me per tow that I do, and if you just use my name, right? So, and they can make a ton of money just with those stuff. They don't have to do any Facebook ads. They don't have to do any ranking on Google, anything like that. They just need those partnerships. And if we can create that for them, then they can make a ton of money. The problem is, like, I can't track that. I can't track I can track how many shops said, yes, I am interested, but then how many did they send you? You know, how am I going to get paid for that? That was the hard part, so that's why I was trying to sell it as a one-time upfront fee. But these guys apparently figured it out. So, cool. This guy just had an ad that, this is the same, this is ListKit again, and they just had this on top of that, so it looked like somebody was actually calling you, so I thought that was interesting. All right. Marketing agencies pay per qualified. So this is just $100. The ad just says marketing agencies, you pay $100 per qualified lead. That's it. Same thing. They're just running cold email. Cool. Scale your accounting firm. Learn the 3-part growth system that helps accounting firms scale revenue without burnout, hiring too early, or becoming a market expert. So basically, just done for you system will help you implement marketing, sales, and fulfillment. Probably just a monthly retainer, so it's easy to just come in and say pay per appointment for accounting firms and have a better innovation in the pricing strategy. Window cleaning, $500K in additional revenue. So this is $500K in the next 12 months. This is kind of like 100 million views in the next 12 months, where it sounds really good, but it's a whole year, and it implies they have to pay us for a whole year. For 12 months, you have to pay, you know. And so the fulfillment is Facebook ads, and I have my own business. He kind of mentions that in the video. I have my own business. It's working well for me and blah, blah, blah. You can do it too, whatever. Cool. And I don't see a guarantee here or any pay per lead, so it'd be easy to, we saw earlier, the guy say he's doing a pay per qualified window installation or pay for ads for window cleaning. So we can do window cleaning. We'll add an extra $500K in revenue. You only pay per qualified lead. You put all those together into one offer. Cool. 73, we got 10 minutes till my next call. I might just have to keep going after this next call. Street interview ads. This one was really interesting. So what he does, and I'll just, I guess, play this video. This lady, sorry lady, we love your singing, but
AI slop sucks. Consumers do not trust influencers or scripted UGC. That's why I built Street Talk, because you can't script authenticity. Our street interview ads are the top performing ads on the internet. Currently scaling Grooms, Ridgewallet, PrizePicks.
So he's saying that these ads perform the best. So again, obviously this is going towards somebody that's already running ads, but we have a different vehicle. Here's a different way to get the same end result. You want to get closed deals? Well, these ads perform the best. And I don't know if that's true, but it sounds like, I mean, I feel like if a content piece, if it looks more like content than an ad, which is kind of like all the marketing gurus from before, from like if people that did magazine marketing or direct mail marketing, they all said like you want the letter to look like a real person wrote the letter, not that it's like an advertisement. Or you want if it's in a magazine, you want the ad to look like just another article in the magazine, not an ad itself, you know? So this is kind of like, we see a lot of this on the street interviews, and if you just turn it into, hey, here's our product, then you can get a higher percent of people actually converting because these ads perform better because it looks like real content. I don't know. So it seems pretty cool, pretty good offer. All right. SEO for wholesaling. So this guy, and I specifically screenshotted this thing, but it was just those other two offers we saw for PPC for wholesaling. This guy's just doing the opposite.
Only doing PPC is like turning away half of the people that want to sell their house to you. Because of the thousands of people that are searching in your market every single month, up to 50% of them are never going to click on a paid ad and will only click on an organic listing. Running the strategy.
He's claiming that people aren't going to click on ads. Only 50% of them are going to click on organic listings. They're never going to click on an ad. So, because they don't trust ads as much. And so if you want to do, what you should do is SEO and PPC. So you do both of them together, and you'll get way more. You'll get twice as many leads. So kind of running the same offer to wholesaling. Again, wholesaling, they have the money, and people are consistently targeting this industry, but just selling in different ways. Here's a new vehicle to get you to the same end result. That's what all this stuff is, bro. Okay. Don't do AI. Here's a better option. I've already talked about this in several videos. This is Daniel Fazio. He was in some of the other ListKit ads that we just saw. And he runs his own ads on his own coaching offer, which is don't run an AI agency that sells leads, calls, or don't run an AI agency, sell leads, sell calls, sell sales to them, and then fulfill with AI. I've already said that in several videos. I don't know if he's copying me, which probably not. Probably knows the same thing. And so he's saying the same thing that I have been saying, which is just start a cold email agency, but you just use AI to fulfill for you. And I only say AI in a lot of my videos. The only reason I have a video coming out of like, I spent 365 days trying AI agency. I've got 100 clients with my AI agency. It's really just an agency or a lead gen agency that I just attach AI to because that's just what gets clicks right now, right? So people just like the AI buzzword right now. It's kind of like when clip farming was really big at one time. So anyways, that's just what he's doing. And he's selling the opportunity. The opportunity is, hey, don't do AI agency, do this instead. Here's a new opportunity, right? Just like how we saw the data company. Don't run an agency, try selling AI or data as your agency. Gutter cleaning, paper qualified, $50 per qualified for gutter cleaning. Not as much, but it looks like it's working for them. Okay, this one's really weird. Hopefully I can explain this one in the next 6 minutes. This guy is offering, come on my private plane, come to Dayton, Ohio. And this caught my attention because I live in Dayton, Ohio.
The fastest way to change your life is to change the rooms you hang out in, change the people that you hang out with. Now, I know this firsthand. I grew up in a trailer park in Dayton, Ohio.
Same.
No roadmap to success, no blueprint, no crazy high-level business people, or nobody giving me a guiding hand. And that's why right now, I really understand what changed my life forever.
Really?
It was proximity.
Really?
And once I figured out how to get in the right rooms, around the right people, at the right time, everything was different for me.
Oh my gosh.
That's why I'm opening up this completely immersive, all-inclusive, private plane, inner circle access.
Private plane.
June 19th through the 21st. All you have to do is get yourself to Dayton, Ohio. From there, my team's going to completely take over. Everything is covered. We're going to fly privately from Dayton, Ohio down to Atlanta, Georgia, where I'm speaking at the Lead Mastermind and Tim Story. Now, the roster down there is incredible. I know there's going to be some famous people there.
I don't know
what. Tell you who they are.
Why this sad music is in the background.
We're going to have luxury accommodations, VIP.
Okay, luxury accommodations, all this stuff. Okay. It's funny because I watched this thing recently from Dan Kennedy, and he talked about he was working with a guy, and this guy just wanted a 100% close rate. And the way that he got a 100% close rate is you come to an event, and the event is, here's a new opportunity, like how to start an AI agency, or don't start an AI agency, do this thing, or start a cleaning business, whatever. And here's an opportunity that you can start, but they don't even tell you what the opportunity is. So you don't even know it's an AI agency, or a cold email agency, or a cleaning business. You don't even know what it is. They're just saying you can get these results and here's client testimonials and blah, blah, blah. And they just sit you there for 3 hours and tell you all these stories, right? You still don't even know what it is. Then they say, pay $9.97 and we'll take you to an island or to Jeffrey Epstein's island, or we'll take you away to a luxury vacation where we'll teach you everything you need to know about how to run this thing, right? And so you pay $1,000 and then you fly on a private plane to this thing, whatever, and now you're on a vacation, whatever. And the reason they did that is because he also gave an example of like people that come from farther away, or if they invest more into just being there, they're way more likely to convert. The conversion rate goes up way more. So if I have an event in Dayton, Ohio, and you came from California to Ohio, well, you're not going to leave without something. So you're going to buy something from me, even if you don't want to. You just have to buy because you spent so much effort trying to get there, right? Versus if you live 2 blocks down the road and then you just show up one day, you're way less likely to buy because you put in a lot less effort. And so it's like, get people to come to this event, this first event that's like 3 hours, and then get people to fly to this other event where you spend 3 days with them. And then you can't do anything. You can't leave. I mean, you could get your own plane ticket, or you just wait for them to, fly back home. But you're in their hotel room. You're in their plane. You have their food. You don't even know where you're going. This guy said Atlanta, Georgia at some random event. But they control everything for you and make you invest all this time and energy into this thing. And then at the end, they say, here's a $10,000 package. And they get a 100% close rate because people have invested so much into it already, right? And so you pay $9.97 just to go on this trip where you have no really clue where you're going or why you're going there or what the thing that is they're trying to sell you. And by the end of it, you spent $12,000, right? So pretty interesting. All right, we have 2 minutes till this call. 78 mobile detailers. So 20 mobile details a month, and they said we'll give it to you for 5 days for free. So this is a pretty good ad. Now, I didn't like how half the ad is AI generated, but Rocket Detailers are running 50 ads, 5 days. We will run your ads for free, show you that it works, and get you 20 full detail jobs a week with our AI booking bot. So Facebook ads to an AI bot and is the fulfillment, and its offer is really good. It's probably just you pay for the ads and we'll run it for 5 days for free. And then we do, so a lot of people do pay per lead where you pay $50 per qualified lead. It costs me $10 to get you that lead. Or they do, you pay for the ads and then pay me per lead. So we'll run it for 5 days for free. You pay for the ads. And then after 5 days, for every appointment we get you, we're just going to charge you an extra $30. So it costs you $10 for the ads. We're just going to charge you an extra $30 on top of that for every detail that you get booked, something like that. So that's usually how that works. Pretty good offer. Cool. All right. I'm going to go to this call and see what happens. And so it continues. 69 coaches, system to get qualified booked calls. All right. Tucker, whatever. I couldn't find how many ads he was running. We create a system to get qualified book calls for your coaching. Honestly, I don't know. Oh yeah, I couldn't tell if he was offering a coaching offer or done for you, but his offer was like, we'll get you paid calls coming in for under $100 per call using Facebook ads. And that's about it. Just offering it to coaches. Cool. All right. Content for fitness influencers is called Pathway. They're running 40 ads. Now, this, I couldn't really tell you even what the offer was. He's just saying, we have this new content system for for fitness influencers that is specifically going to help you convert better and blah, blah, blah. And you just follow the system. I believe it's just a course that teaches you this new system or how to create content for your fitness brand, whatever. So as you can see, we can notice some patterns of, this is like the second one that's about content for fitness influencers, and they're running a good amount of ads. So obviously it's working for them. 81, dealership follow-up. Okay, this is just follow up with every lead instantly, automatically until they buy a car. That's what this offer says. The fulfillment is just workflows, just like a high-level SaaS snapshot is what it sounds like. And this is kind of how people sell like the AI agency thing, follow up with leads and blah, blah, blah. But in the video, he specifically, I think he says like, it's not AI. It's not whatever. It's what, I don't know. So he tries to make it sound like it's not what it is, which is just a high-level SaaS snapshot. And then the next one is almost the exact same thing, which is we'll follow up with leads. But this guy's like, we'll follow up with leads as they come in. This guy is saying 40 qualified appointments in 48 hours for your dealership. So he's only running one ad, but it was the same thing, just a different angle. Database reactivation. So he said we'll take the top 5,000 leads, and then we're going to send out outreach messages to them and book 40 qualified appointments, people that are looking to buy a car in the next 48 hours. So that's a really good offer. Like 40 leads in 48 hours is pretty crazy. And so I just liked that offer. This guy, you've probably seen him everywhere, but automate content with AI to go viral. So just AI agents to create content for you, just like that other guy who was doing YouTube ads, YouTube growth system, but AI could do most of it. He's running 66 ads. We'll install a fully trained AI content team for your business in 7 days, or you don't pay, is the offer. I see a lot of these fly-by-night, like a lot of fly-by-night, I'm not saying this guy is a fake or a fraud, not at all, but just YouTube courses that just come for like 3 weeks and then they go away. So I don't know if this is like a course, obviously selling it as we're going to implement AI agents for you, but I just see a lot of those that come and go. So PR agency sales reps. This is another one where we're going to hire and train sales reps for you, 10% for the house, 10% for the closer. Hopefully it's high ticket, blah, blah, blah. And it's pay per close for a PR agency. A PR agency is just someone that gets you in press releases, or they get you in magazines or whatever, or get you on TV. And so you sell them a package of like, hey, it's going to be $7,000 and we're going to get you on Fox News and we're going to get you on this and that and the other. And it really costs them like $3,000 to fulfill. The other $4,000 is profit. They want 10% of that, This is the same guy we saw earlier selling a one-time system. But this one, he's saying it's 10% per email sent. So we will set up cold email at 10 cents per email. After 90 days, you can take the system yourself or we'll run it for you. So we'll sell it to you as a one-time fee, and then we're going to help you manage it for the next 90 days. And then after that, you can either keep running it and you do it yourself, or we run it for you, as I just said. Notes, this is a lot at once. He says 10 cents per email, pay us once with an S is funny. Ounces. Okay. Once. Take it in-house where we manage it, but cold email can be complex. So that's why it sounded complex when he was explaining it here. And also 10 cents per email is a lot. Honestly, you shouldn't be spending more than 2 cents per email. And so for him to say He's only spending 10 cents per email and he's getting all these leads. Now, let's actually watch this ad real quick.
Out of us sending 250,000 emails for one of
Let's
our
do
clients.
some math,
Here
actually.
is a screenshot from that exact same client saying we've generated him $250,000 in revenue. Doing some quick math, that's $1 of revenue per email sent. And when I average it out, we charge him about 10 cents per email sent. That's a 10x ROI on the cold email system that we built for Danny, founder of Ride the Wave. Let me
Okay. Ride the Wave. Didn't we just see that? Danny found.
And build a list of all the companies.
Didn't we just see that? Isn't that the first guy? Go back to number 1.
Facebook ads are dead. Here at Ride the Wave, we have found the untapped gold mine of marketing. And it's not
Dang, they're
Facebook
leeching off each other?
ads, it's Facebook groups. And our Facebook group marketing strategy has helped some of our clients bring in 10 times the amount of leads as their other.
Danny, CEO of Ride the Wave. Okay, well,
so if you're
in this, I'm sorry, I'm just going off here. He said we charged him 10 cents per email sent. He sent 270,000 emails. That's $25,000 in emails sent. GEO audit. Okay, this one was just a very simple ad, and the only problem with this is that he says we're going to do a GEO audit for you.
We're in the earliest stages of a new discovery system. It's like getting into SEO in the early 2010s. If you jump in now to GEO and AI optimization, you're going to be so far ahead of everyone else.
I didn't know what GEO was, but I think it's generative engine optimization. So like SEO for AI, but I've never heard anybody call it generative engine optimization. He is running 68 ads, but it's like for some software or something, not just this offer. And offering an audit, the only problem is like if nobody else knows what GEO is, then I don't know how you expect people to book if they don't even know what you're talking about. HVAC exclusive leads, pay per lead. So just like the one, I think we saw one for HVAC before, but they're running 29 ads. This is actually a client and friend of mine. They own an agency together, Nick and Cole, and I've seen them. They've been in the roofing and solar industry. Solar kind of died, but apparently they're going into the HVAC industry and they make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. So if they are, then obviously HVAC is working for them if they're willing to pivot into that industry. They're still doing roofing, but also doing HVAC. All right, concrete contractors. So kind of like the asphalt that we showed earlier, but we don't just run highly profitable Facebook and Instagram ads. We get you more leads. To get you more leads, we make sure that those leads actually turn into estimates. We deploy a custom AI voice agent that instantly calls back every lead within 3 minutes. The fulfillment is self-explanatory, so Facebook ads to AI voice agent. And then concrete is actually also pretty easy to get leads for. It's easy to get leads that are interested in quotes. So the only problem that I have found is that they're not as good at closing, as I said. So anyways, dentists pay per Invisalign client. So he was saying you pay per actual client, not for clicks, not for views. You're paying per client. And the offer is really good, but I'm guessing, and he's also specifically in the ad, he says, we're targeting multi-chair clinics, which is pretty interesting how he phrased that. And then it's probably like you pay for your ad spend and then you pay per like a commission or a flat fee per client that we actually send to you. So pretty good offer. Cool. Manufacturing marketing, stop paying for brand awareness and start paying for results. We will increase your qualified lead pipeline by 300% in 90 days. And so I don't know what the fulfillment is. I try to go on their website, but look at this website, dude. I couldn't even scroll to look at what was going on. That's the website. Okay. But I know manufacturing companies are pretty responsive and it is pretty easy to get them interested and they do make a ton of money. And so if you can just get them a couple of leads, which is actually not that hard to get them a couple of leads, you don't have to do Facebook ads or Google or whatever. You just do cold email because, okay, like let's say a sandblasting company or they make industrial sandblasting equipment. They're trying to reach out to people that do sandblasting or that one, I was talking about this in a previous video. I don't know if it was in a previous video. I forget. I don't know. I've been recording all day. And I have a guy who had a e-commerce brand. He's selling like just equipment for tree service and concrete companies. And so we reached out to concrete companies to see if they're interested in this equipment. And we got a good amount of leads, people interested in going on the website and purchasing from them just from doing some basic outreach. So it'd be pretty easy to do this for manufacturing companies as well. And this guy isn't offering anything crazy, no money back guarantee, nothing. Just we've been in the industry for 27 years and we offer a 300% increase in lead pipeline in 90 days when their lead pipeline is empty. So a 300% increase is nothing, but yeah. All right. Scale your physical therapy office. Scale to 100K with our entire growth engine system. A lot of them are using that word, growth engine system. And obviously we see all these patterns. And they're just selling a course on how to scale your practice. We will give you ads written for rehab and performance, video creative scripts, campaign launch, funnels, sales process, weekly optimization. So it's just like a school group with all this stuff in it. Cool. Termite Business, 30 new jobs. So they're running 10 ads. They give us 90 days and we'll give you 30 signs termite sales by making sure the right homeowners are in your market find you first. So it sounds like, find you first sounds like Google, but I think it's Facebook ads is the fulfillment. And I don't know if termite is better than pest control. They maybe make more money. I honestly don't know. So maybe more profit per job. So it might be a better industry than just targeting pest control as a whole. And obviously this is 30 signed clients in 90 days, which is a good offer. But if we just did pay per sign, that sounds a lot better. Pay per qualified lead, you can get paid more and it's easier to sell. You get more leads. Okay, air duct cleaning. Guarantee 20 new jobs or your money back. Again, another one that's like we could just do guaranteed qualified leads, you pay per qualified job, whatever. Fulfillment is Facebook ads. And air duct cleaning, I don't think it's high ticket, like $200 to $400. So I honestly probably want to do this. And 20 jobs is not a lot, especially if it's only $200, you know. Scale your decompression clinic. This guy was saying decompression clinic, knee repair clinic, I don't know, like a whole bunch of unique industries. And it was working pretty well for him. Running Facebook ads will bring you qualified patients who are pre-screened and have a card on file. That's kind of, remember how I said we want to find, like that one Medicare is like, we give you T65 leads. And so we can figure out what their pain point is. They want specifically these leads. And these guys' pain points are probably people that come in the door, but they don't have the money. So we pre-screen them and make sure that their card is on file. So pretty good offer. Marine marketing. Just running one ad, but I've never heard anybody target marine marketing. I've heard one guy doing marine marketing, but he was doing it in Europe, and it was working pretty well for him in Europe. So this guy's doing it here in the U.S. and offering PPC, web design, SEO. Pretty simple offer. 95, we're almost there. Lead Pop, they're running 2 ads. We deliver exclusive verified MCA leads. You only pay per funded ready application. Sorry. So what this is, this is like one of those ones where I'm like, you have to know kind of what, I don't even know what MCA is. I don't know what ISO is. And it is basically a small business loan. So I get a lot of people booking a call with me and they try to give out small business loans and they're trying to figure out how do I get more leads of small businesses that want a loan. And I've done that before. It's just a little harder to do, but their offer is we're going to get you those small business loans and you just pay per qualified person who wants a business loan. And so that is a pretty good offer because I know that the audience in the industry really wants that. 30 dental implants in 90 days. We'll guarantee you 30 new dental implant cases in the next 90 days, completely done for you, or we work for free until we do. Facebook ads. Another guarantee would be easier, and you could sell a lot more clients if you just change the offer. Cool. Chiropractic, scale your practice. Learn how to run your own business so you can have the system yourself. So coaching on how to implement your own Facebook ads. Again, those 4 simple frameworks, pay per lead or pay per qualified, work on commission where you pay for the ads and I'll work on commission, or we'll just give you the system so you can run it yourself. And whatever the other one is, I forget what the other one is. 98, pest control AI implementation. So this is another AI offer. He's running 9 ads and it's just, we'll bring you back 15 hours a week. I don't think that's kind of hard. Like I've tried that in outreach before and it just doesn't really work that well. But he is running 9 ads, and he also does AI SEO, also review management. So he's doing like a lot of things, but I guess he's just selling AI through Go High Level in an ad. So anyways, 99 coaches. We will pay for your ads. Okay, this one is actually pretty good. We will pay for your ads. So 3 Second Media, they have 15 ads running. We will pay for your ads until you start getting closed deals. Now, okay, I wanted to point out in this where he has he's got 2 Monster energy drinks on display, and he has Michelle Obama's book, Michael Obama's book, Becoming, in the background, which I don't know what that says about him, but he says, we will work until you close, but then he says, until you get your first call. So it sounds like we're going to run ads for you for like 3 days, like kind of like the other one we saw earlier for, we'll run it for 5 days for free for your mobile car detailing. You just pay for the ads and we'll run it for free for you. And then, now this guy, I think he is saying we'll pay for the ads for you. So we'll get you calls coming in the door, but you don't have to pay until you start getting your first call. And so he says until you get closed deals, but also until first call. So what it probably is like, we're going to get you one call coming in the door, and then you pay some large upfront fee, and then you pay per month, and we'll run the ads for you, and blah, blah, blah. Cool, but pretty good offer when you say, we'll pay for the ads for you. Like, a lot of people would hop on that. The last one is one I really like. It's Scape Launch 21 ads. We deliver 5 to 8 pre-qualified exclusive estimates every day for your backyard lead engine. So people that do outdoor living, recreations, or whatever, or landscaping work. The fulfillment is custom ads through 2 high-income homeowners. Setting team, we have a US-based setting team that books them on your calendar, and you'll get all this. You'll get 5 to 8 pre-qualified leads, 90-day money-back guarantee. You could easily just change this to a pay-per-qualified lead. So especially, I mean, this is an industry where they're willing to spend a lot of money. It's probably pretty easy to get these leads, especially because if they're getting 5 to 8 a day, they're probably running $30 in ads or $50 a day in ads and getting those leads for $8 to $12. And so we could just sell that for $50 to $100. Just do pay per qualified lead rather than 90-day money-back guarantee, because that implies that you have to do it for 90 days, and if you quit by month 2, then you don't get your money back and whatever, and a whole bunch of stuff that a lot of agency or a lot of business owners don't want to deal with. They just want to pay per qualified. So it's a lot easier to steal this guy's offer and make it better. Cool. Again, if you want to start your own, like, a lot of these models revolve around just doing Facebook ads for somebody or cold email for somebody. So you do pay per lead, B2B or B2C. And then the other one is growth partner. So I will work with you, you pay me a setup fee, and then I work on commission. So I run the ads for you, you pay for the ads, but you just pay me per deal that you close, which is very easy to run. I guarantee you'll have clients coming in within the first week if you just choose one of these business models, or if you have an agency already and you run an offer like this, it's a good offer. I can guarantee you 120 appointments per month. If you're interested in that, you can book on the first link in the description below. I might just, maybe I can put all this out and give you guys access to this entire thing so that you guys can go and you can click through and you can, or look up their names and whatever, because I don't want to put all this in the description of this video. So if you want that, I can put that in the description. Just comment and say that, and then maybe a couple days from now I'll put it in the description. So cool. Thank you for watching. I love you. I'll talk to you soon.